wọ́n forúkọ tí wọ́n sí mi tún mọ orúkọ àwọn tó fi sí bọ̀dá Múyìwá ṣáà ló mọ àwọn tó fi sí àti light off nìkan mo mọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ mi ìdẹ̀mọ́ náà wọ́n ti kóra wọn síbẹ̀ wọ́n wá rí páwọn èèyàn sọ páwọn ò ní dáwọ́ because àwọn ò mọ àwọn people yẹn ipa wọn ò trust wọn ṣé gbogbo yín rántí ipa wọn ò trust wọn ẹ bá mi concord ẹ bá rántí ṣe rántí ìgbà tí gbogbo yín lọ ń wo GoFundMe yẹn ẹ sọ pé àwọn orúkọ tó wà bẹ́ẹ̀ pé ẹ trust wọn pé ẹ fẹ́ ẹ ní dáwọ́ ṣé gbogbo yín rántí wọ́n dẹ̀ pè mí bọ̀dá Múyìwá pè mí ńjọ́ náà wọ́n ní BJ we need your favour mo ní kí ni favour náà wọ́n ní ẹjọ́ mo máa forúkọ yín sí GoFundMe àwọn èèyàn sọ pé àwọn ò ní dáwọ́ pé torí àwọn ò trust àwọn tó kó síbẹ̀ pé but if you are there they will contribute ṣé gbogbo yín rántí mo dẹ̀ ní no problem níwájú Ọlọ́run àti ènìyàn mi ì mọ bí GoFundMe ṣe rí ìgbà tí mo fowó síbẹ̀ nìkan ni mo mọ bó ṣe rí mi ì mọ àwọn tó wà ń bẹ̀ bọ̀dá Múyìwá gan ló sọ fún mi ìgbà tí mo fẹ́ fi owó sí ni mo kàn lọ́bẹ̀ mi ì mọ̀ pé mo kàn bí wọ́n ní pé bọ̀dá Múyìwá ṣáwọn tẹ fi síbẹ̀ ṣáwọn tó máa bàyàn lórúkọ jẹ́ orúkọ mi important sí mi gan o wọ́n dẹ̀ ní kí n má wọ́ọ̀rì pé kí káwọn kọ̀ forúkọ mi sí ni òun ló ṣe jẹ́ pé ìgbà tó ń sọ̀rọ̀ GoFundMe yẹn ẹ̀mẹ̀ pé àwọn gangan sọ wọ́n ní BJ ò mọ̀ nǹkan kan pa mi ì bá wọn dá sí mo kàn má bí wọ́n pé ṣọ́ ń dáwó ṣáwọn èèyàn dáwó ṣẹ́ àti ríṣi owó ta fẹ́ mi ì mọ̀ mi ì débẹ̀ mi ì bá wọn ṣe meeting GoFundMe mo kàn máa ń pè wọ́n ni pé báwo ni ṣáwọn èèyàn dáwó so kẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́ pé mi ṣe rí nǹkan tó bá máa ti kànyàn lábùkù mo máa ń sá fún so nǹkan tó orúkọ mi ṣe wà ń bẹ̀ nìyẹn kò ń ṣe pé jẹ̀ nílì gan wọ́n fẹ́ fi orúkọ mi sí bọ̀dá Múyìwá ti kóra wọn tó fẹ́ fi orúkọ ara wọn sí ṣe èyí olórí burúkú tẹ sọ pé BJ báwọn náwó GoFundMe ṣe ń gbọ́ mi wọ́n dẹ̀ forúkọ mi sí àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní dáwó yẹn massively ó lè di pé wọ́n fẹ́ gba mo ti ń débi tí mo lọ ẹ farabalẹ̀ à ń rí káàpù látàárọ̀ ni wọ́n dẹ̀ fẹ́ gba pathologist ìgbà tá ti decide pé a máa ṣe mí tí gbogbo yín náà dẹ̀ ti sọ pé ká ṣe mí. ọ̀sẹ̀ kínní ọ̀sẹ̀ kejì mo dẹ̀ pè wọ́n jọ́ kan mo ní bọ̀dá Ayọ̀ ẹ lá máa gba pathologist mi kan ṣe kínní kí ló ń ṣẹlẹ̀ àkànlè dákẹ́ gbogbo ẹ̀ quiet wọ́n náà wọ́n yìí wá pathologist kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ wọ́n ní gbogbo ibi tó ń lọ àṣọ òdùmọ́sù ló yìí ń dún lẹ́yìn o ó ti yẹ yín ok yẹ ó dàbà ti gba pathologist ká tó gba SAN yẹ ẹ má bínú sí mi àgbà pathologist àti gba another pathologist ẹ mọ̀ pé àti gba pathologist ẹ tipẹ́tipẹ́ ṣe rántí ìgbà tó ti sọ tó ti parọ́ fún wa ṣe rántí ọwọ́ ní ibi mẹ́ta làwọn ti lọ ṣe ń gbọ́ mi ipe gbogbo àwọn tó lọ ń bá àṣọ́júmọ́sù ló wá múlẹ̀ fún bọ̀dá Ayọ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn fún bọ̀dá Múyìwá wọ́n ní gbogbo ibi tó ti lọ àwọn pathologist yẹn sọ pé wọ́n ní tó bá ti gbórúkọ Mohbad wọ́n máa láwọn ò ṣe ń gbọ́ mi àti débi tá à ń lọ ṣe wọ́n ti pé mo wá sọ fún gbogbo yín ipe jẹ́ ká kú fàdúrà o ipe mi ìmọ̀ ẹni tó wà nídìí ikú Mohbad yìí o tẹ́ pé gbogbo ibi tá à ń dé láti ń rí ọwọ́ wọn ṣe wọ́n ti pé mo wá sọ fún yín nǹkan tó ṣe dá kí wọ́n máa sọ̀rọ̀ síta nìyẹn because tó bá yẹ pé mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ń sọ gbogbo ilé fún yín sìn ẹ sọ pé BJ fún ọmọ ẹ̀ ní BJ parọ́ ni gbogbo ẹ̀ ni mo ti sọ fún yín mo bọ́ta mo wá sọ fún yín pé wọ́n ní pathologist nǹkan o gbogbo ibi tó ń dé wọn ò rí pathologist o ẹ máa gbọ́ o bọ̀dá Múyìwá wá sọ pé Òdùmọ́sù ní èèyàn kan ní Ìbàdàn ṣe ń gbọ́ mi Òdùmọ́sù ní èèyàn kan ní Ìbàdàn tó ti bá sọ̀rọ̀ tó lè ṣe fún wa bó ṣe dárúkọ Òdùmọ́sù mo ní no mo ní mi ò fẹ́ Òdùmọ́sù kí n má sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò ṣáà ń ṣóhun ló máa ṣe mo ní mi ìfẹ́ àfẹ́ Òdùmọ́sù ẹsẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ ń jọ yẹn a pe Gùrẹ́sì mi mọ̀ kọ́ tó ṣe pe Gùrẹ́sì join chat yẹn èmi àti wọn àti Gùrẹ́sì mo ní Gùrẹ́sì bọ̀dá Múyìwá sọ pé Òdùmọ́sù ló fẹ́ wá pathologist fún wa Gùrẹ́sì ní àfẹ́ Òdùmọ́sù o èmi àti Gùrẹ́sì dẹ̀ sọ fún bọ̀dá Ayọ̀ pé àfẹ́ Òdùmọ́sù bọ̀dá Múyìwá dẹ̀ sọ pé wọ́n ti gbọ́ ìgbà tí bọ̀dá Múyìwá máa padà wá wọ́n náà wọ́n ti rí ẹni tó máa ṣe pathology àwọn ti rí pathologist Monita ni Ṣòdùmọ́sù ló fún yín wọ́n ní kò Ṣòdùmọ́sù Monita ni nọ́bà dá ọkọ̀ lórí búkú bàbá Ìgbò tó gbé wọn afro sórí yẹn mo níṣẹ́ wo ló ti ṣe rí ẹ mọ Orovoni kí lorúkọ ọmọ yẹn Orovoni awago òfúra ni wọ́n ní òun ló ṣiṣẹ́ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn òun ni private autopsy tí bàbá ẹ̀ lò ẹ má gbàgbé pé private autopsy tí bàbá ọmọ yẹn náà lò pàbó ló dá sí nǹkan tí state government sọ náà pa Sylvester thank you princess God bless you ṣé wọ́n ti Sylvester Orovoni àṣẹ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn àṣẹ pathologist ni private pathologist tó ń lò náà ṣọ́mù kọ̀kọ̀ bọ̀ nǹkan tí Lagos state government sọ náà ni bọ̀bọ́ yìí náà sọ ló padà wá sọ fún wọn ṣe rántí ìgbà tó rí ti Sylvester ṣe ni bàbá Sylvester lọ sí Sylvester ẹ sọ fún mi ṣé bọ̀bọ́ yìí gangan kò máa bá Nigeria government ṣiṣẹ́ ìgbà tó ti ẹ̀dárúkọ bọ̀bọ́ yẹn ń jọ́nà ọmọ Sylvester yẹn mi kúkú mọ́ nítorí mi ò rí ní Oromoni ẹ ṣe Sylvester Oromoni ìgbà tí mi bí bọ̀dá mú ìwá pé iṣẹ́ wo lẹ́ni ti ṣe rí òun ló ṣiṣẹ́ Oromoni mo ní bo lẹ ti rí wọn lórí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì làwọn ti rí ṣùgbọ́n rí mi ò pé mi ìfura bọ̀dá mú ìwá tó ń gbé l'Amẹ́ríkà ó kọ̀ rí èèyàn lórí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ó dẹ̀ lọ mú ṣó possible tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ òkú tá à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ikú tó pa ọmọ wọn náà wọ́n rí lórí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì èmi dẹ̀ rí mi kí nílì dáùtì èèyàn sọfà tí ò ti ń Ṣòdùmọ́sù ṣùgbọ́n nínú mi ìfẹ́ dárúkọ sí èèyàn kan sọ fún mi pé kí n má dábọ̀ dayọ̀ lóhùn Olódùmọ́sù ló fún wọn mo náà ṣọ́ Olódùmọ́sù ló fún wọn ipò kan parọ́ pé òun mú lórí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì ni ẹ máa gbọ́ mo nókè autopsy and toxicology ni mo ń sọ lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n dẹ̀ ní because àwọn ò kí ń ṣe professional ibi tára ti wá fún mi nìyẹn wọ́n ní Òdùmọ́sù làwọn máa ní kó bá sọ̀rọ̀ èmi ò mọ ìmùlẹ̀ tí bọ̀dá Muyiwa àti Òdùmọ́sù mú o èmi ò mọ múlẹ̀ tó mú o ṣùgbọ́n èmi mọ̀ ìpéyàn kan ìwà ẹni tó introduce Òdùmọ́sù sí bọ̀dá Muyiwa ó dàbí bọ̀dá Muyiwa ò fẹ́ ṣẹ́ nìyẹn ìtorí ẹ̀ láṣẹ yìí ń ṣe kò ń gẹ́ ibi báyìí o ìtorí ẹ̀ láṣẹ yìí ń wà nù wàhálà báyìí o ìsídà kí bàbá Mohbad sìn àti ìgbà sàn fún he doesn't really need a family he should talk with his lawyer bàbá Mohbad lè jẹ́ carpenter but bàbá Mohbad is intelligent as a matter of fact he's very very intelligent tí bàbá yẹn bá lọ sí school díẹ̀ ni ó máa skyrocket gan bàbá Mohbad can be a carpenter but he is very 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 intelligent. ó dàbí bíi ta bọ́rọ̀ dé kí bọ̀dá Muyiwa gan fún bàbá Mohbad láyè kó jẹ́ kí bàbá Mohbad kó máa deal pẹ̀lú SAN bàbá Mohbad ló wà lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ ṣebí mi náà ti sọ wípé family ẹ̀ ní but ibi tọ́rọ̀ dé kí bàbá Mohbad lọ bá SAN deal tí bàbá Mohbad bá lè gbàbọ̀dè fún ara ẹ̀ àwọn ìpó gbàbọ̀dè ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa sọ lọ bàbá Mohbad dẹ̀ sọ pé sorry bọ̀dá Muyiwa ní because àwọn ò ń ṣe professional ipò Òdùmọ́sù lóyìn máa bá sọ̀rọ̀ ọwọ́ mi tún bọ́ mbẹ̀ ẹ má gbàgbé pé àti ìgbà and the SAN loves bàbá Mohbad SAN tàgbà yẹn ẹ mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ti fi lọ SAN yẹn ni ó lóun máa ṣiṣẹ́ iṣẹ́ kò sí nǹkan tẹ́ lè ṣe fóun so the SAN is really genuine and is ready to support baba ẹ wá mọ nǹkan tẹ́mi sọ mí ìpàṣẹ fún yín o Mommy Rich Grace we all trust her so much gbogbo wa ti rí gbogbo akitiyan tó ṣe nínú justice bí yá káwọn àti bàbá kan jọ máa lọ rí SAN mo kàn sọ ni o mi ìpaláṣẹ o ẹ lè lọ gbàárò Mommy Rich Grace has been there láti ìgbà tí justice ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ and she will say it as it is she will do it the way it's supposed to do it bóyá kí Mommy Rich Grace kàn lọ bá bàbá because bàbá dídí Mommy Rich Grace kò tiẹ̀ sọ̀rọ̀ síta gan she's so secretive she's intelligent she's worded she's educated. So gbogbo etí bọ̀dá Muyiwa wà ní America tó kàn máa pàṣẹ lórí phone tó dẹ̀ mess wa up yẹn. I think by now bọ̀dá Muyiwa should just àmọ́ pé family baba Mohbad ni wọn o, but kọ́kọ́ fún baba Mohbad. Baba Mohbad ẹ máa gbọ́ o, baba Mohbad ò ní gbọ́ o. Ní sọ fún yín sìn o, baba Mohbad ò ní gbọ́. But ó dàbí bí ta bá dé. Èmi ò tí baba Mohbad sọ o, because èmi ò kì í tó ẹbí o. Èmi ò baba Mohbad sọ. Bí n ṣe ń sọ mo ṣe wá ń bá yín sọ ń bí báyìí. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa sọ lọ. Wọ́n dẹ̀ lójú mùsùlùmá bá ẹni yẹn sọ̀rọ̀. Ìgbà tó máa sọ fún mi ṣé ń gbọ́, mo máa pè èèyàn kan wọlé láìpẹ́ yìí. Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́rọ̀. Ìgbà tó máa sọ fún mi, best scholar ò lè support, best scholar on ṣiṣẹ́ ó máa wà offshore. Ìjọ tó bá fẹ́ lọ rí sand tó bá wà offshore ńkọ́. Ó máa wà offshore. Mommy Rich Grace is God sent. Ẹ wò gbà tí ìyá Mohbad lọ sí kóòtù tó fẹ́ fi oògùn náà bàbá Mohbad lára, ọpẹ́lọpẹ́ Mommy Rich Grace níjọ́ náà. Olórí burúkú ní pátápápá igi ewédú yìí, òun ló sáré bọ́ta tó ń pe Mommy Rich Grace láṣẹ́wó. Mommy Rich Grace, mo ti fẹ̀mí lọ, mo ti ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀ lọ. She's the one o. Òun lọ́lọ́run rán sí bàbá yẹn o. Ó máa fi odindi Ìbàdàn sílẹ̀. Kò gbowó lọ́wọ́ anybody o. Àdáwó fún o. Tí gbogbo yín bá tiẹ̀ bá sọ̀rọ̀, she's so intelligent. Ó máa gbégbá ọ̀nà Ọlọ́run ni. A dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kó yé wọn pé anything tẹ́yìn àti bàbá bá sọ, what happened in Texas should finish in Texas. Ẹ má sọ fún anybody o. Àfi nǹkan tó bá sọ pé ẹ wá sọ lórí internet. I don't want to know. You don't need to tell me. Kẹ́lẹ̀ mọ́ pé mi ò kí mú bọ nǹkan tí ó kàn mí. Ṣé rí pé gbogbo nǹkan tí mò ń sọ yìí sí, wọ́n sọ fún mi ni mò ń sọ. Tí bọ̀dá Muyiwa bá dẹ̀ fẹ́ tó bá fẹ́ já mi kó sọ pé wọ́n sọ fún mi kó wá já mi. Mi tójú bọ̀ nǹkan tẹ́ ẹ̀ bá pè mí sí. Gbogbo nǹkan tí mo ṣe wá ń ṣe show yìí, àwọn information tí mo wá ń fún yín, bọ̀dá Muyiwa kọ́ ló ń fún mi o. Orí íńtánẹ́ẹ̀tì mo ti ń rí àwọn èèyàn lówó ní inbox mi tó wá ń fún mi ní information. Ṣé nǹkan tí mo sọ yé yín? Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ lọ. Ìgbà tó máa padà wá, wọ́n ní àwọn ti rí o pé but Odùmọ̀ṣù ló máa bá sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ní why? Wọ́n ní àwọn ti bá sọ̀rọ̀ pé bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn ṣe ń gbọ́. Wọ́n ló sọ pé òun fẹ́ professional. Pé òun fẹ́ deal pẹ̀lú professional. Ìpè tó rẹ̀ làwọn ṣe ní kó Odùmọ̀ṣù bá sọ̀rọ̀. Odùmọ̀ṣù dẹ̀ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. Mi ìdẹ̀ mọ̀ nǹkan kan mọ́ níwájú Ọlọ́run àti nìyẹn. Nǹkan tí mo kàn dìbò ni pé ìjọ tí bàbá jáde, bàbá sọ pé pathologist ta gbà ipe ó fáwọn l'assurance pé òkú yẹn ò bá jẹ́ òkú 100 years àwọn máa rí nǹkan tó ṣe Mohbad. Ọ̀rọ̀ bàbá Mohbad ni mo dì mú ṣe ń gbọ́ ipe òkú Mohbad ò bá jẹ́ òkú 100 years. Àṣé bàbá mi ò mọ̀ bí bàbá wà ní meeting yẹn, bọ̀dá Muyiwa, Odùmọ̀ṣù máa yẹn àti another person, àwọn méjì kan wọ́n ṣe meeting pẹ̀lú máa yẹn ló fún wọn ní gbogbo assurance yẹn pé kó má worry, òun lè ṣe báyìí, òun lè ṣe báyìí. Ọ̀rọ̀ Moni Sylvester òun lòun ṣe olórí burúkú tí ò ṣàṣeyọrí. Ọ̀rọ̀ Moni Sylvester náà information tíjọba sọ tí Lagos State Government ti sọ́ngbà yẹn kí bàbá ọ̀rọ̀ Moni tó sọ pé òun fẹ́ lọ ṣe private one tó fi lọ bá wèrè. The same nǹkan tíjọba sọ ló pé padà wá. Kò rí tọ̀rọ̀ Moni náà ṣe. Ẹjọ́ ta ni Uwonu Okoli ta ló ń ṣiṣẹ́ fún pathologist. Olórí burúkú tó fẹ́ exonerate ara ẹ̀ lánàá. Àpapín lọ ṣe. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ lọ. Mo ti kọ orúkọ mi rántí orúkọ ẹ̀, orúkọ Ìgbò ni. Ẹ lọ wo lórí péjì mi, orúkọ ẹ̀ wà ńbẹ̀, mo gbé orúkọ ẹ̀ síbẹ̀. Wọ́n ka orúkọ ẹ̀ nínú kóòtù náà. Orúkọ Ìgbò ni mi rántí orúkọ ẹ̀, orúkọ wèrè gùn, bójú ẹ̀ ṣe rí lórúkọ ẹ̀ ṣe rí. Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ lọ. Ìgbà tó Odùmọ̀ṣù dẹ̀ pé wọ́n dẹ̀ san gbogbo owó yẹn. Ṣé ń gbọ́? Wọ́n dẹ̀ náà ti gbé lọ. Mi kúkú mọjọ́ tó gbé lọ. Èmi kàn máa ń bi wọ́n ní update kò yé yín. Ká kàn máa relax because mo notice nǹkan kan pa bọ̀dá Muyiwa. Tẹ́ ẹ bá push ẹ̀
Please, let's power tap our screen.
Ó fi ọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ mú justice for Mohbad. Let me be honest. Tí ó bá ń ṣe gbogbo àwa genuine supporters, justice for Mohbad á ti lọ down the drain. Wọ́n ti dá sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ kan. I'm telling you the facts now. But I mean, wá mú kinní yẹn bíi pé adìyẹ ló kú. Nonchalantly. Ó mú kinní yẹn bíi pé ajá ló kú. Mo fẹ́ sáré block ẹnìkan. Block, yeah, it's blocked. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ẹ jẹ́ ká máa sọ lọ. Now, ìjọ tó wá ka toxicology, ṣé ń gbọ́? Mo síbi tán ti kà. Meanwhile, àwọn kọ́kọ́ ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé gbogbo yín wá ti pé olórí burúkú lọ́ọ̀yà Tẹ́mù Skindus tó wà ní Dublin, ṣé gbogbo yín rántí? Ṣé rántí pé justice spending ṣé rántí tó gbáwèrè ní petition, ṣé rántí? Girl yìí bọ́ta. Ó sọ pé òun ní evidence, ṣé rántí? Ó lóun ní evidence ipò òun ní recorded audio spending. Ẹjọ́ ẹ̀yin onílàákàyè tẹ́ ń wò mí, every information, anything anybody bá sọ síta, ó jẹ́ ká máa mú as nǹkan gidi. Ṣé gbogbo yín wọ́n ti ẹ bá mi confirm ẹjọ́? Ó ní spending ló bóun parọ́ ni. Ó lóun record spending, ó sọ nínú fídíò yẹn. Ẹ bá mi confirm gbogbo yín. Skindus mo something. Overcooked turkey, abóra má bòbò. Ṣé gbogbo yín wọ́n ti ìgbà tí spending fún ní petition? Ó bọ́ síta ó sọ pé ṣọ́rọ̀ bí mo ní record ni. Mo ní record ẹ lọ́wọ́. When the time comes, I will put it out. Báwo yẹn ṣe send video yẹn sí mi? Mo pe bọ̀dá Muyiwa lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀. Mo ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa, this is a big allegation. Tí gẹ̀ yìí bá ní kíní lọ́wọ́, this is one of the evidence ta need nínú court of law. Mo ní gẹ̀ yìí ò ready láti fi sílẹ̀. Mo ní tó bá dé Nàìjíríà. Mo ní ẹ jẹ́ kó fún ní petition. Nǹkan tó bá wà lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ kó lọ mú fún SAN. Mo ní ò lè ní nǹkan lọ́wọ́ kó sọ pé torí ò sínú justice mọ́ kó lè má fi jẹ bàbá yẹn níyà. Àbí kò yẹ yín, wọ́n ní she played it, wọ́n no play ẹ̀ṣẹ́ gbọ́. Mo ní kó nǹkan tí mo sọ nìyẹn o. Wọ́n ní wọ́n lè invite ẹ̀ láti Dublin. Mo ní but tó bá dé Nàìjíríà we can do it. Mo ní tẹ́ bá fọwọ́ yẹ nǹkan sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ mo lóhun ló ń ba gbogbo justice jẹ́. Ṣé ń gbọ́? Mo ní gẹ̀ yìí sọ. Mo ní ó kọ́kọ́ sọ pé òun ò ní recording lọ́wọ́. Mo ló dẹ̀ sọ́njọ́ yẹn pé òun ní lọ́wọ́. Mo ní bó tiẹ̀ wá jẹ́ rọ́bójú òótọ́. Mo ní ẹ jẹ́ kó invite ẹ̀. Nǹkan tó bá ní lọ́wọ́ kó mu fún SAN. Àní kó mu fún wa, àní kó play. Ẹ mọ̀ nǹkan tí bọ̀dá Muyiwa sọ. Bọ̀dá Muyiwa ní kí n filẹ̀ irọ́ ló ń pa. Mo ní ọmọ máa kú, ọmọ máa yè. You never can tell. Mo ní àwọn people evil gan. Mo ní why evil gan? Because they are not getting their ways. They will do everything to disrupt justice. Mo ní ẹgbẹ́ statement tó sọ́njọ́ yẹn. Ó ní káwá máa gba justice kó máa wá wò. Ó ní ṣáàdẹ̀ ti gba justice. Mo ní this is the ways of many of them. Mo ní méje ká máa fọwọ́ yẹpẹrẹ yẹ nǹkan sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Àbí kò yẹ yín? Ó wà lọ sẹ́kọ̀ọ́. Wọ́n máa invite ẹ̀. Báwo dẹ̀ ní Ṣítù ṣe fẹ́ mọ̀? Nǹkan tó bá ní kí Ṣítù ṣe ló máa ṣe. Wọ́n tún fọwọ́ tì yẹn sẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́. Gbogbo nǹkan tí spending sọ, gbogbo truth to spending, ó ló wà lọ́wọ́ òun record ẹ̀. Ẹ̀dẹ̀ ní kọ̀gbá. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ kíkọ̀ fún yín lẹ́nu. Let me just be honest with you all now. Let me be very honest with you. Kò kàn ṣe. Judgment is not on social media. We are just talking so that justice for Mohbad will not go under the carpet. We are just talking so that tabadake come die gbogbo ẹ̀ down. Òun ni iṣẹ́ tiwa. The justice is not on social media. And we are just creating awareness for international bodies. Ṣé mọ̀ gbogbo ìlú sì tí ọmọ yìí bá fẹ́ travel ń bọ̀. Ṣé kò tí mo sọ yẹn yín gbogbo ìlú sìn àti create awareness kò síbi táṣà náà lè lọ àfi tó bá ṣe surgery. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Now ẹ jẹ́ kí n wà honest fún yín lẹ́ni tí wọ́n bá rí concrete evidence àbí witness a máa kún fàdúrà o. It's not because of ayọ̀ alone o, a máa kún fàdúrà. I've blocked the person. Ede, I've blocked the person. Thank you. I've blocked her. I've blocked the person. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ̀tọ̀ fún yín sí ká má parọ́ ká má tọ́ra wa. God work with facts and figures. Facts and figures. So téèyàn kan bá sọ pé òun ní nǹkan kan lọ́wọ́ tí Muyiwa ní ká fi sílẹ̀ kan ní nǹkan kan ṣe tí ẹ invite ẹ̀ náà kẹgbà nǹkan tó ní kẹbèrè pé kí ló ní. Ẹ jẹ́ kó fún ara ẹ̀ sọ pé òun parọ́ ni òun ò ní nǹkan kan. Court deals with facts and figures. I'm telling you. Even if we are going to that court, ẹ jẹ́ kí n wà honest pẹ̀lú yín lẹ́nu. Witnesses and evidence. I'm telling you the fact. Gbogbo fún forensic tẹ́ ẹ sọ yẹn tí bàbá Mohbad bá sọ fún judge pé bàbá ẹ bá wa béèrè fún forensic because fóònù kan wà tán mú pamọ́ wọn ò máa sọ fún mo sọ fún pé kàn nǹkan tó bá ní kí judge ṣe ló máa ń ṣe. Okay, judge fẹ́ sorry nǹkan tó bá ní sáà ṣe ló máa ṣe tó o bá sọ fún sáà báwo ni sáà ṣe fẹ́ ṣe ìtorí ẹ̀ ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ fún wa ní space nsìn kí mọ́mí reach place àti bàbá máa lọ síbẹ̀ tí bàbá bá dẹ̀ feel pé òun ò fẹ́ mú ọwọ́ bọ̀dá Muyiwa kò mẹ́ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa wò ṣá I don't want to talk ẹ jẹ́ kí n máa sọ lọ ìgbà tó di Friday wọ́n ṣe autopsy níwájú Ọlọ́run àti ènìyàn mo sọ fún yín pé mo nǹkan tí máa ń ṣe ẹ̀mí mo fi ń jagun ẹ̀mí mo fi ń sọ̀rọ̀ bẹ̀mí bá wọlé wọ́n á ní mo burú èdè mi ò burú ẹ̀mí mo fi ń jagun. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ìgbà tó di Friday mi kúkú wo nǹkan kan wọ́n lọ sí ibẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n dé. Ṣé ń gbọ́? Wọ́n lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n dé. Àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń pè mí wọ́n para níwájú Ọlọ́run àti ènìyàn. Bí gbogbo èèyàn ṣe ń para yẹn mi rí rò bí pé ṣe sọ pé fake ni irọ́ ni nǹkan kò tí ì wá sọ́kàn mi mo sọ pé ẹ̀mí ni máa ń ní kó darí mi. Àwọn èèyàn ń pè mí gan wọ́n send mail bí ìjà nígbà ó adúgbò owó tá a dá yẹn a máa gbówó wa padà kíníkan mo tẹ̀ láti bu ẹlòmíì gan pé kó f off ṣọkọwọ́ bọ̀ ẹ̀ lápò ni. Mo wá sùn sorry ìjọ yẹn gangan mo wá ní gbogbo nǹkan tí mo wò yìí jẹ́ kí n pe bọ̀dá Muyiwa mo wá pe bọ̀dá Muyiwa ó ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ ẹ tẹ́tí kẹ́ gbọ́ mo ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ mo ní result tó jáde yẹn mo ní kí lẹ rí sí bọ̀dá Muyiwa mi kanlẹ̀ ṣé rí màá sọ nǹkan kan fún yín ẹ lè sọ pé mò ń gbèjà bọ̀dá Muyiwa but I think bí n ṣe rò ní o I think he was also manipulated I think opinion tèmi ni màá dẹ̀ sọ reason fún yín mo ní kí lẹ rí sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí result tó jáde yẹn wọ́n mí kanlẹ̀ wọ́n ní táwọn bá ní kò ṣọ́ọ̀kì àwọn ń parọ́ ni wọ́n ní but kí n ní sùúrù wọ́n ní kí n ní sùúrù kí kọ́pì nǹkan tí pathologist yẹn wá kà káwọn gbà sọ́wọ́ ipa wọn náwọn àwọn findings kan táwọn fẹ́ ṣe ṣé ń gbọ́ mi mo ní kí lóyún tẹ́ ṣe sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n á sọ àwọn nǹkan méjì kan tí mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo yín tẹ́tí kẹgbọ́ lọ́sàn-án yìí. Ṣèbó ní un tájá rí tájá fi ń gbó ajá kì í dédé gbó lẹ́kúlé bàbá tèmi wọ òrìṣà. Tẹ́ bá rí pé mò ń kọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn pé tá bá jà fún Mohbad ta eventually gba justice kí n má sọ bí Mohbad gan mọ̀ pé a jà fóun. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀ nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ mo di nǹkan méjì kan mú bẹ̀. Mo ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa ẹ̀ńtẹ́ gbà yìí tó wá ṣe kínní mo níṣẹ́ trust ẹ̀. Wọ́n nígbà táwọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó sọ̀rọ̀ bí professional. Wọ́n ní ṣe mo dẹ̀ rí páwọn àtàwọn táwọn jọ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó sọ̀rọ̀ bí professional. Mo ní okay. Wọ́n ní bọ́tí kankan làwọn fẹ́ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀. Wọ́n ní nǹkan táwọn feel pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn feel ni o. Wọ́n ní ṣe máa pé ní Nàìjíríà even everywhere in the world wọ́n máa ń lo èèyàn kan fún sacrifice ìlú ni. Ṣé gbọ́ mi ṣá? Ó dàbí ẹ̀gbọ́n. Wọ́n ní all over the world wọ́n máa ń lo èèyàn kan ló máa lò fún sacrifice ìlú. Mo ní kọ́ enlighten mi. Wọ́n ní ṣé mo rí Abíọ́lá MQ Abíọ́lá. Wọ́n ní ṣé mo rí pé wọ́n pa mo ní yẹn. Wọ́n ní tí Abacha ò bá pa Abíọ́lá ń gbà yẹn wọ́n yìí máa eventually pa Abíọ́lá. Calm down. Kí n listen. Ti ń attack. Ṣé tèmi bá attack bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé màá rí gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ yìí sọ. Listen. Wọ́n ní tí wọ́n bá pa Abíọ́lá wọ́n sì máa wá pa Abíọ́lá because Abíọ́lá yìí máa jà fún June 12 yẹn tó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kí ìlú máa dàrú every June 12. Am I communicating? Ibi tí mò ń lọ gan mo fẹ́ dé nìsín. Wọ́n ní so tí Lagos state government bá rí pé the true autopsy, that is if they did one, tó bá máa fa wàhálà ní Èkó, they will manipulate. Ṣọ́rọ̀ mi yẹ yín ṣá. Ẹ ti ríbi tán mọ́rọ̀ yẹn lọ. Which tèmi náà dẹ̀ rí sí. Ṣàmì pé tó máa fún wa ní true toxicology and autopsy. Ṣóyè yín. Definitely nǹkan wà ńbẹ̀. Ó dàbí torí ẹ̀ ṣe sọ pé kán má kà síta. Ẹ ti ríbi tí mò ń bọ́ bọ̀. Ìtorí ẹ̀ lọ ṣe ní kán má kà síta. Ìyẹn tó bá yẹ kó ṣe nǹkan kan o. So mo sọ fún pé ní iná ló ṣe ti Sylvester. Bàbá Sylvester ṣe Lagos state government ṣe ti Sylvester kò yọrí sí rere inconclusive náà ni. Bàbá Sylvester wá lo the same pathologist tí ó lò kó bóun ṣe private one. Ìgbà tí private one náà máa dé inconclusive náà ni máa yí pé I am not excusing for him. Any sùúrù. You are not getting anything. Ibi tí mo wá ń bọ̀rọ̀ lọ ni pé ṣé bọ̀dá Muyiwa mọ̀ ń pa plan yẹn ni àbí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Ẹ ti gẹ̀tì ni. Èmi bí ní ṣó mọ̀ ń pa plan yẹn ni tó fi sáré fún mi ní examples yẹn. Number 2, ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Mo wá sọ statement kan. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Farabalẹ̀, má farabalẹ̀. Mo wá sọ statement kan. Ẹ ti jẹ́ kí n gbàgbé nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ. Àwọn èèyàn lè ti sọ fún mi pé Dáwọ́kú nation, olórí burúkú tí ò níṣẹ́ tó máa la ẹkùn àtọkó mọ́lẹ̀ tó máa ní kó máa ṣáà dáwó kó máa dáwó. Mo ní wọ́n ní Dáwọ́kú nation, ó ti ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn kan máa dáwó ipá wọn fẹ́ ṣe autopsy mi. Ṣé gbọ́? The statement tí bàbá Muyiwa sọ fún mi ni pé kò sí how many autopsy tó lè ṣe, the same result ló máa fún wọn. Ibẹ̀ ni mo ti shock. Ibẹ̀ ni mo ti shock. Pé báwo lẹ ṣe mọ̀? Nǹkan tí mo ṣe ń bèrè ni pé ṣé bàbá Muyiwa mọ̀ nípa plan yẹn? Èèyàn kan pè mí pé Dáwọ́kú nation ti ní kó máa dáwó. Mo dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn, mo ní Dáwọ́kú nation ti ní kó máa dáwó pọ́n fẹ́ ṣe mí. Ó ní wọ́n kàn waste owó wọn ni. Ó ní wọn ò bá lọ ṣe mí ní gbagba, the same result ló máa bá ń bẹ̀. Ibi tí mo ti wà confused ni pé ṣe rí nǹkan méjì tí bọ̀dá Muyiwa sọ yẹn gangan. Òun ló wá fún mi ní deep insight. Tí mo wá wò pé something is wrong somewhere. Why will he give me such answer? Mo wá ní okay. So it is 2 things. Ṣé wọ́n ẹ̀rí pé bàtí mo bá ta mi sọ̀rọ̀ tán, mo ní mo fẹ́ ibi tó ti lọ ṣe kinní yẹn. Tó bá sọ pé wọ́n gbé nǹkan kan lọ síbẹ̀, wọ́n manipulate ẹ̀ gbàgbé. Tó bá lè sọ pé wọ́n gbé nǹkan kan lọ, nǹkan méjì ni. Wọ́n ní olórí burúkú ènìyàn ṣòro òdúmọ́sùn. Ó sọ lánàá pé wọn ò gbowó níbi tó gbé nǹkan lọ. Ó ní wọn ò gbowó. Tí wọn ò bá gbowó, á jẹ́ pé packages tó gbé lọ síbẹ̀ ó ti wà damage. Wọn ò dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan, wọ́n dẹ̀ dá padà fún wọn. So láàárín wọn, wọ́n manipulate results fún wa. Because tẹ́ bá ṣe, ẹ jẹ́ kí n pè yàn kan. Àṣé gbogbo nǹkan tí pathologist lọ mú lára Mohbad kò tí ẹ ṣe nǹkan tó jẹ́ kán lò nìyẹn. Eyín àti egungun ló jẹ́ kán lò fún nǹkan tó ń wá yẹn. Pathologist dẹ̀ lọ mú tissue tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tissue ò lè ṣiṣẹ́. Ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní pathologist department tó ti ṣàwọn ṣe rí, máa pè wọ́n sí, wọ́n á enlighten wa. Àṣé gbogbo tissue tó náà mú wọ́n package kò lè ṣe nǹkan kan, wọn ò lè rí nǹkan kan bẹ̀. Ìyẹn tí ò bá ṣe pé fake one gan lọ́gbé lọ. Now, one and ago, ibi tí èmi máa ń think, mo máa ń ronú gan. Wọ́n ní olórí burúkú òdúmọ̀sùn sọ lánàá pé ìtorí àwọn ọmọ ẹni yẹn, wípé pathologist mọ̀ wọn níbẹ̀ yẹn ni wọ́n ṣe gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ṣé tí pàrọ̀ ti ń jọra wọn? Pathologist mọ̀ wọn níbẹ̀ yẹn lọ ṣe gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀. Ṣé tí pàrọ̀ ti ń jọra wọn? Mo fẹ́ pè yàn kan. Mi ń ṣe nurse. Sorry, mi ń ṣe GP. Mo fẹ́ pè yàn kan. Tó bá gbé, mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ fún ara yín. Ṣé o ti bá ní mo support pé kí bọ̀dá Muyiwa má dá sọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad mọ́? Èmi máa ń like kí n mú yàn bíbá. Mo fẹ́ pè yàn kan. Please, I don't want you to say that here. But we need our money back here, please. Don't bring it here, please. Sister Toyin, are you online? Sister Toyin. Are you online? Hello, ma. Toyin Pepe, are you online? Can you block all these bastards?
Hello. Hello, PJ.
Office letting me. Auntie, good morning, ma. Good morning, ma. I'm on live, please, ma. Can you give us 5 minutes, please?
5 minutes, okay.
I want to ask you, you're on live, ma. I'm streaming on all my pages.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Please, ma, I want to ask you some questions, which I asked you yesterday, but I want you to come and please come and explain to us.
Yeah. I'll try with my best of knowledge, whatever I can do to support you, no problems.
Okay, ma'am.
Go ahead.
The pathologist that went to get Mohbad's tissue for autopsy and pathology and everything, they came back and tell us it was inconclusive. Number one, and number two, the lawyer that was part of the pathologist said yesterday that where they took the Europe country they took the sample to, they did not collect money from us.
Good afternoon.
Which I asked you some questions yesterday, ma. Please, can you explain to us, ma? Because with your level of intelligence and...
Good afternoon. You claim you're calling somebody. The person is actually watching you. Emma, okay.
Okay. Though I've not been part of
Justice Mohbad,
but I want to give you advice or explain things to you in my best, how would I put it? With my experience in the health sector, I practice in the
results to jáde yẹn wọ́n mí kanlẹ̀ results to jáde yẹn.
Mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ ẹni yẹn because ẹni yẹn claim
wọ́n mí kanlẹ̀.
ó ń parọ́ sí pé òun wo justice òun ò ṣe kinní kan. Ó dẹ̀ ń wo justice Mohbad because ó ń wo
àwọn parọ́ ni.
BJ nígbà tó ń pè ó ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ ẹ̀ kinní yẹn ń sọ̀rọ̀ lọ́dọ̀ lady yẹn. Ẹ yẹ kó máa parọ́ fún yín.
Wọ́n ní kí ní sùúrù kí.
Ẹ kọ́ máa ṣàká
copy nǹkan tí pathologist yẹn wá kà káwọn gbà sọ́wọ́
ẹ̀yẹ tí lọ dáwọ́ kan tó make sense ẹ̀ tún máa dáwọ́.
Àwọn findings kan táwọn fẹ́ ṣe ṣé ń gbọ́ mi. Mo ní kí lóye tẹ́ ṣe sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wá sọ àwọn nǹkan méjì kan tí mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo yín tẹ́tí kẹ́ gbọ́ lọ́sàn-án yìí. Ṣèbó ní un tájá rí tájá fi ń gbó ajá kì í dédé gbó lẹ́kúlé bàbá tèmi wọ oríṣà. Tẹ́bá rí pé mò ń kọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn pé tá bá jà fún Mohbad ta eventually gba justice kí n má sọ bí Mohbad gan mọ̀ pé a jà fóun. Wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀ nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ mo di nǹkan méjì kan mú bẹ̀. Mo ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa ẹ̀ńtẹ́ gbà yìí tó wá ṣe kínní mo níṣẹ́ trust ẹ̀. Ó nígbà táwọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó sọ̀rọ̀ bí professional. Ó ní ṣe mo dẹ̀ rí páwọn àtàwọn táwọn jọ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó sọ̀rọ̀ bí professional. Mo ní òkè ó ní bọ̀tì kankan làwọn fẹ́ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀. Wọ́n ní nǹkan táwọn feel pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn feel ni o. Wọ́n ní ṣe máa pé ní Nàìjíríà even everywhere in the world wọ́n máa ń lo èèyàn kan fún sacrifice ìlú ni.
Allahu Akbar. Mi gbọ́dọ̀ yẹn o. So wọ́n lo Mohbad fún sacrifice ìlú ni Muyiwa sọ. La.
Ó dàbí ẹ̀gbọ́n. Wọ́n ní all over the world. Wọ́n máa ń lo èèyàn kan ló máa lò fún sacrifice ìlú.
Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run.
Mo ní kọ́ enlighten mi.
Kábíyèsí Ọlọ́run statement yẹn lágbára o. Muyiwa.
Wọ́n ní ṣé mo rí Abíọ́lá.
Muyiwa no.
MQ Abiola wọ́n ní ṣé mo rí pé wọ́n pa mo ní yẹn wọ́n ní tí Abacha ò bá pa Abiola ńgbà yẹn wọ́n yìí máa eventually pa Abiola. Calm down kí n listen ti ń attack ṣé tèmi bá attack bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣé màá rí gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ yìí sọ. Listen wọ́n ní tí wọ́n bá pa Abiola wọ́n sì máa wá pa Abiola because Abiola yìí máa jà fún June 12 yẹn tó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kí ìlú máa dàrú every June 12. Am I communicating? Ibi tí mò ń lọ gan mo fẹ́ dé nsìn.
Ẹ jẹ́ kí n wá níbẹ̀ yẹn. Allah Akbar. Muyiwa.
Wọ́n ní sọ tí Lagos èmi mo fi ń jagun. Ṣé ń gbọ́ mi? Ìgbà tó di Friday mi ìkúkú wo nǹkankan. Wọ́n lọ sí ibẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n dé. Ṣé ń gbọ́? Wọ́n lọ síbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n dé. Àwọn èèyàn ṣe ń pè mí wọ́n para níwájú Ọlọ́run àti ènìyàn. Bí gbogbo èèyàn ṣe ń para yẹn mi ìrí rò bí pé ṣe sọ pé fake ni irọ́ ni nǹkan kò tí ì wá sọ́kàn mi. Mo sọ pé ẹ̀mí ni máa ń ní kó darí mi. Àwọn èèyàn ń pè mí gan wọ́n send mail bíjà nígbà ó adúgbò owó tá a dá yẹn a máa gbówó wa padà kíníkan mo tẹ̀ láti bu ẹlòmíì gan pé kó f ṣọkọ̀wọ́ bọ̀ ẹ̀ lápò ni. Mo wá sùn. Sorry. Ìjọ yẹn gangan. Mo wá ní gbogbo nǹkan tí mo wò yìí. Jẹ́ kí n pe bọ̀dá Muyiwa. Mo wá pe bọ̀dá Muyiwa. Mo ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Ẹ tẹ́tí kẹ́ gbọ́. Mo ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa mo fẹ́ bá yín sọ̀rọ̀. Mo ní result tó jáde yẹn mo ní kí lẹ rí sí bọ̀dá Muyiwa mi kanlẹ̀ ṣé rí màá sọ nǹkan fún yín ẹ lè sọ pé mò ń gbèjà bọ̀dá Muyiwa but I think bí n ṣe rò ní o I think he was also manipulated. I think opinion tèmi ni màá dẹ̀ sọ reason fún yín. Mo ní kí lẹ rí sí nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí result tó jáde yẹn wọ́n mí kanlẹ̀ wọ́n ní táwọn bá ní kò ṣọ́ọ̀kì àwọn ń parọ́ ni wọ́n ní but kí n ní sùúrù wọ́n ní kí n ní sùúrù kí kọ́pì nǹkan tí pathologist yẹn wá kà káwọn gbà sọ́wọ́ ipa wọn náwọn àwọn findings kan táwọn fẹ́ ṣe ṣé ń gbọ́ mi mo ní kí lè tẹ́ ṣe sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ wọ́n wá sọ àwọn nǹkan méjì kan tí mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo yín tẹ́tí kẹgbọ́ lọ́sàn-án ṣèbó ní un tájá rí tájá fi ń gbó ajá kì í dédé gbólẹ́kúlé bàbá tèmi wọ òrìṣà tẹ́bá rí pé mò ń kọ́ síbẹ̀ yẹn pé tá bá jà fún Mohbad ta eventually gba justice kí n má sọ bí Mohbad gan mọ̀ pé a jà fóun wọ́n sọ̀rọ̀ bọ̀ nínú àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ tó ń sọ mo di nǹkan méjì kan mú bẹ̀ mo ní bọ̀dá Muyiwa ẹ̀ ń tẹ́ gbà yìí tó wá ṣe kínní mo níṣẹ́ trust ẹ̀ wọ́n nígbà táwọn bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó sọ̀rọ̀ bí professional wọ́n ní ṣe mo dẹ̀ rí páwọn àtàwọn táwọn jọ bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó sọ̀rọ̀ bí professional. mo ní òkè wọ́n ní bọ́tí kankan làwọn fẹ́ jẹ́ kí n mọ̀ wọ́n ní nǹkan táwọn fíìl pọ̀ ṣẹlẹ̀ àwọn fíìl ni o wọ́n ní ṣe mọ̀ pé ní Nàìjíríà even everywhere in the world wọ́n máa ń lo èèyàn kan fún sacrifice ìlú ni ṣé gbọ́ mi ṣá ó dàbí ẹ̀gbọ́n wọ́n ní all over the world wọ́n máa ń lo èèyàn kan ló máa lò fún sacrifice ìlú mo ní kọ́ enlighten mi wọ́n ní ṣé mo rí Abíọ́lá MQ Abíọ́lá wọ́n ní ṣé mo rí pé wọ́n pa mo ní yẹn wọ́n ní tí Abacha ò bá pa Abíọ́lá ńgbà yẹn wọ́n yìí máa eventually pa Abíọ́lá calm down kí n listen ti ń attack ṣé tèmi bá attack bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ṣé màá rí gbogbo nǹkan tí wọ́n ń sọ yìí sọ listen wọ́n ní tí wọ́n bá pa Abíọ́lá wọ́n sì máa wá pa Abíọ́lá because Abíọ́lá yìí máa jà fún June 12 yẹn tó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ kí ìlú máa dàrú every June 12 am I communicating ibi tí mò ń lọ gan mo fẹ́ dé ìsìn. wọ́n ní sọ tí Lagos state government bá rí pé the true autopsy that is if they did one tó bá máa fa wàhálà ní Èkó they will manipulate. ṣọ́wọ́ mi yẹ yín ṣá ẹ ti rí ibi tán mọ́rọ̀ yẹn lọ which tèmi náà dẹ́bi sí ṣàwọn pé tó máa fún wa ní true toxicology and autopsy ṣóyè yín definitely nǹkan wà ńbẹ̀ ó dàbí ìtòrí ẹ̀ ṣe sọ pé kán má kà síta ẹ ti rí ibi tí mò ń bọ́ bọ̀ ìtòrí ẹ̀ lọ ṣe ní kán má kà síta ìyẹn tó bá yẹ kó ṣe nǹkan kan o so mo ń sọ fún pé ní náà ló ṣe ti Sylvester bàbá Sylvester ṣe Lagos state government ṣe ti Sylvester kò yọrí sí rere inconclusive náà ni bàbá Sylvester wá lo the same pathologist ó lò ó kó bóun ṣe private one ìgbà tí private one náà máa dé inconclusive náà ni máa yí pé I am not excusing for him ẹni sùúrù. You're not getting anything. Ibi tí mo wá ń bọ̀rọ̀ lọ ni pé ṣé bọ̀dá Muyiwa mọ̀ ń pa plan yẹn ni àbí kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? ẹ ti gẹ̀tì ni èmi bí ní ṣó mọ̀ pa plan yẹn ni tó fi sáré fún mi ní examples yẹn. Number 2 ṣé ń gbọ́ mi mo wá sọ statement kan ṣé ń gbọ́ mi ẹ farabalẹ̀ ẹ má farabalẹ̀ mo wá sọ statement kan ẹ ti jẹ́ kí n gbàgbé nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ sọ àwọn èèyàn dẹ̀ ti sọ fún mi pé Dáwókú nation olórí burúkú tí oníṣẹ́ tó máa la ẹkùn àtọkó mọ́lẹ̀ tó máa ní kó máa ṣáà dáwó kó máa dáwó wọ́n ní Dáwókú nation ó ti ń sọ fáwọn èèyàn kan máa dáwó ipá wọn fẹ́ ṣe mí ṣe gbọ́ the statement tí bàbá Muyiwa sọ fún mi ni pé kò sí how many autopsy tó lè ṣe the same result ló máa fún wọn ibẹ̀ ni mo ti shock pé báwo lẹ ṣe mọ̀ nǹkan tí mo ṣe ń bèrè nìyẹn pé ṣé bàbá Muyiwa mọ̀ nípa plan yẹn èèyàn kan pè mí pé Dáwókú nation ti ní kó máa dáwó mo dẹ̀ sọ fún wọn mo ní Dáwókú nation ti ní kó máa dáwó pọ́n fẹ́ ṣe mí ó ní wọ́n kàn waste owó wọn ni ó ní wọn ò bá lọ ṣe mí ní gbagba the same result ló máa bá ń bẹ̀ ibi tí mo ti wà confused yẹn pé ṣẹ́rí nǹkan méjì tí bọ̀dá Muyiwa sọ yẹn gangan òun ló wá fún mi ní deep insight tí mo wá wò pé something is wrong somewhere. Why will he give me such answer? Mo wá ní okay. So it is two things. Ṣé wọ́n ẹ̀rí pé bàtí mo bọ́ta mi ìsọ̀rọ̀ tán mo ní mo fẹ́ ibi tó ti lọ ṣe kinní yẹn tó bá sọ pé wọ́n gbé nǹkan kan lọ síbẹ̀ wọ́n manipulate ẹ̀ gbàgbé. Tó bá dẹ̀ sọ pé wọ́n gbé nǹkan kan lọ nǹkan méjì ni wọ́n ní olórí burúkú ènìyàn ṣòro òdúmọ̀sùn ó sọ lánàá pé wọn ò gbowó níbi tó gbé nǹkan lọ ó ní wọn ò gbowó tí wọn ò bá gbowó á jẹ́ pé packages tó gbé lọ síbẹ̀ ó ti wà damage wọn ò dẹ̀ ṣe nǹkan kan wọ́n dẹ̀ dá padà fún wọn so láàárín wọn wọ́n manipulate result fún wa because tẹ́ bá ẹ jẹ́ kí n pè yàn kan àṣé gbogbo nǹkan tí pathologist lọ mú lára Mohbad kò tí ẹ ṣe nǹkan tó jẹ́ kán lò nìyẹn eyín àti egungun ló jẹ́ kán lò fún nǹkan tó wá yẹn pathologist dẹ̀ lọ mú tissue tó dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé tissue ò lè ṣiṣẹ́ ẹni tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní pathologist department tó ti ṣàwọn ṣe rí máa pè wọ́n sí wọ́n á enlighten wa. àṣé gbogbo tissue tó máa ń mú wọn package kò lè ṣe nǹkan kan wọn lè rí nǹkan kan bẹ́ẹ̀ ìyẹn tí ò bá ṣe pé fake one gan lọ́gbẹ́ lọ. now one ẹ̀dàgbọ́ ibi tí èmi máa ń tì mo máa ń ronú gan wọ́n ní olórí burúkú Òdùmọ̀ṣù sọ lánàá pé ìtorí àwọn ọmọ ẹni yẹn wípé pathologist mọ̀ wọ́n níbẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n ṣe gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe tí pàrọ̀ ti ń jọra wọn pathologist mọ̀ wọ́n níbẹ̀ yẹn lọ ṣe gbowó lọ́wọ́ ẹ̀ ṣe tí pàrọ̀ ti ń jọra wọn. mo fẹ́ pèèyàn kan mi ń ṣe nurse sorry mi ń ṣe GP mo fẹ́ pèèyàn kan tó bá gbé mo fẹ́ kẹ́ gbọ́ fún ara yín ṣé o ti bá ní mo support pé kí bọ̀dá Muyiwa máa dá sọ̀rọ̀ justice for Mohbad náà èmi máa ń láì ka kí n múyàn bíbá. ń bọ̀ mo fẹ́ pèèyàn kan. Please, I don't want you to say that here. But we need our money back here, please. Don't bring it here, please. Sister Toyin, are you online? Sister Toyin. Hello, ma. Toyin, Pepe, are you online? Can you block all these bastards?
Hello. Hello, PJ.
Show office letting me. Auntie, good morning, ma. Good morning, ma. I'm on live, please, ma. Can you give us 5 minutes, please?
5 minutes, okay.
I want to ask you, you're on live, ma. I'm streaming on all my pages.
But she's watching you now, so why does she
please, ma, I want to ask you some questions,
you,
which
so
I asked you yesterday, but I want you to please come and explain to us.
Yeah. I'll try with my best of knowledge, whatever I can do to support you, no problem.
Okay, ma'am.
Go ahead.
The pathologist that went to get Mohbad's tissue for autopsy and pathology and everything, they came back and tell us it was inconclusive. Number one, and number two, the lawyer that was part of the pathologist said yesterday that where they took the Europe country they took the sample to, they did not collect money from us, which I asked you some questions yesterday, ma'am. Please, can you explain to us, ma'am, because with your level of intelligence and in the health sector, please, ma'am.
But it's a best scholar, no one intelligence.
He will check
best scholar.
Efficient. Please, ma'am. Check us your baby, ma'am.
because Sakama jẹ ni gbogbo wọn lò fún yín o. Ẹ jẹ́ gbọ́.
Okay,
ẹ jẹ́ gbọ́ ẹ kọ́ máa dáwọ́ ní o.
Àwọn words that mama doing, all the know I see my flag. Okay. Though I've not been part of what is going on with Justice for Mohbad, but I want to give you advice.
You're not been part of Kini. Ẹ dẹ̀ ń wo BJ. Kí ló ń gbogbo yín máa parọ́ bí best scholar náà ṣe máa sọ pé.
With my experience in the health sector, I practice in the UK and I run a practice.
Ṣé gbọ́dọ̀ ẹ gbọ́ pé.
Myself that we do
Ẹ
quite
jẹ́ sáré ṣe bẹ̀yẹn kí n kúrò. Ẹni tó pè sọ pé òun ò get involved in justice for Mohbad, but ó ń wo BJ nàgbà tí BJ pè ó ń wo BJ lọ́wọ́. But try láti parọ́ fún wa. Bó ṣe sọ fún wa náà pé best scholar náà nìyẹn. Oh, best scholar is this. He's always busy. He's kinikan. He's always busy with his work. He doesn't get involved in justice for Mohbad. At the end of the day, best scholar kọ́ ni Isha tó wá ń ṣe nuisance lórí TikTok nsìn. Ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹ̀yin èèyàn. Ẹ máa gbọ́ ẹjọ́ kan máa lo Sakama jẹ́ fún mi.
specimen was not good enough to be shaken. By the time
Yes, ma. Sorry, ma. I forgot to tell you. The pathologist said it in court pé ó sọ pé because of bó ṣe ṣe body Mohbad pé àwọn ò lè discover nǹkan tó pa Mohbad pé but àwọn mọ̀ pé kò sí egbògi olóró lára ẹ̀ pé kò dẹ̀ sí ó dẹ̀ sọ another thing. Yeah. So
me pé wọ́n test the result yẹn ló wà inconclusive.
bẹ́ẹ̀ ni ma.
Pé wọ́n test rárá wọn ò lè lo specimen yẹn. This is what I'm saying. It's two things. Ṣé ní pé bóyá inconclusive, yeah, like I said, it's very broad.
I give the host to give the host.
One carry out testing here with the specimen and they could not find what happened.
Give the host, power tap, give the host.
Whether the tissue or the sample to one low was good enough, or was contaminated. That is why it's very important for that to be put. But the report from the lab issue, you need to demand for it. The original report, because the original report will say exactly from tissue to the bone to the blood to anything specimen. So categorically findings more. Nino blood, this is what we found. Nino other tissue, this is what we found. We need to see that BJ. Otherwise, even go Koje, the top surgeon, Koje, the top doctor, without seeing the lab report almost physiological reports debate from A to Z what they did. So inconclusive, yet to me it's very big, so we need to actually see it. My own concern is the fact that they said lab go bawo for test on what ground? The lab go if they've already paid what is all from pathologists also 16 million or 10 million or 12 million. Could put specimen no still lab.
Give the host power tab.
They now took the specimen. So meaning the doctor to one Nigeria pathologist.
Oh, auntie me. What's up pé ẹ má bínú ma because me owó kíní ẹni kan ti something. Only because the body was not preserved. The specimen was not preserved. Kan tó gbé débẹ̀.
Kí ló tún wọ́n preserve rẹ̀? Kí ló dé?
Ẹ sọ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Why did they not preserve? They know the past. Ẹ wọ náà lè sọ. Ẹ jẹ́ máa enjoy ẹ̀ lọ. Ẹ jẹ́ kí n kúrò níbí bàkà máa enjoy ẹ̀.
Based on the fact that this was actually not done. The specimen was probably rejected. The specimen was probably not good enough. It happens a lot, even in the UK here. Like I said, I run a private practice and we do a lot of specimens. By the time you take that specimen, how much transport they become below?
One post anymore.
That is number one. One post there was just specimens never preserved. System when you want look something they all those questions need to be answered. She won't freeze any. Was it then just
Mohbad, sorry.
She frozen pack, no. She won't preserve it, look chemical and it don't all those things matter.
None of them. So it's not only one person, not only your mother, but both of them, they're not a good parent.
Was that specimen actually rejected? And the point is that this specimen was rejected in the lab because they couldn't use it. Then the lab would probably not have charged them. So there is a lot of misrepresentation of words saying we won't charge and we'll not how come. against the pathologist pẹ̀lú tó wà Nigeria pẹ̀lú lab tó wà ní UK or US or Romania or wherever Turkey tó ń gbé specimen lọ. Why would they not charge? You know, I asked that question. I said, why have they not charged for a service they were supposed to provide? It is not a cheap service. So why? There's probability, please, I'm using probability here because I know we're live and a lot of people are watching, that specimen was probably rejected. So therefore, there was nothing carried out on it. So they will not charge. Even you were saying that UK, yes, we could. So we need the name of that lab where that specimen was sent to, right? Then we need to know how was this specimen transported from Nigeria to the lab. Kí ni requirements of fún wọn? Ṣé ni tó process ṣó meet the requirements yẹn? How long ló take lọ náà? Nígbà tó débẹ̀, report tó fún wa dà. Tí specimen bá wà rejected, they will never say it was inconclusive. They will not use that word. Right? Tí specimen yẹn tó bá gbé dé lab yẹn, tó bá yẹ pé ó sì wà contaminated because it was not preserved properly. Right? Listen to what I'm saying. There's probability that they did not carry out anything with that specimen. Say they will not charge. So I Nigeria not below. I might be saying, okay, maybe not. Any lab to any license will not do that. Even here, specimen gets rejected a lot of time, and they will tell you the reason. They might get into the lab, and they might then realize that they're not going to get anything out of it because the specimen itself is not viable. They won't use it. And why would they charge? So somebody's saying that what she found was nothing. How? What is the relationship between the lab and the pathologist? She only stake ni mo she get. She only stake ni no business ni mo she must say for all of it. Right? She only stake in Benny. Or was that specimen actually rejected? Or was the specimen actually not good enough to be used? Then the report will say it. The original report from the lab will actually highlight what happened to that specimen. It's very easy. The original report, not the ones pathologists to base it out. I'm talking about the original report that was actually issued, which can be verified. Koje Romania, Europe, it is very easy to find out. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's very easy because that lab has the license to protect. It's like the way I'm working. I have my license to protect. I cannot falsify documents. And we have the right to ask, the public has the right to ask for the original report. It's okay, one by specimen, one by blood, one by tissue. The report for the blood is different from the report that you get from the tissue. Every aspect, every specimen, some by my new report. Then they will tell us what happened to that report. By the time they received it, if they say they received it and they rejected that specimen, they will tell us the reason why it was rejected, which is probability 90% probability that it was probably not used. That was why they did not charge, rather than saying, oh, Fenoche, how? In Europe? Tell me something I do not know. Tell me something I do not know. Understand? Maybe we can even call somebody. I know a lot of pathologists here that work in the lab that they can come and tell you what happened when specimen arrive, what they do, how they manage specimen, how specimen is supposed to be transported. You will know that this is Nigeria we're talking about. It will take about maybe a week before it gets to where it's going. Call the DHL go. How does DHL do it? Do you get it? Under a DNA test, you can verify how they transport DNA test from Nigeria to UK to test. Which members does it a lot. That they will take specimen from Nigeria. There's a certain way you do it. So these pathologists need to tell us, tell the public. It's public fund, right? They need to tell us, how did you do it? Which lab did you use? How did you transport it? How come they're saying that the lab did not charge? What is your relationship with the lab? Do you have a stake? Has someone paid the lab on behalf of the public? That is why they're not charging, because I've never had it anywhere in Europe where they would do something for no. So we need to find out. So there are lots of questions that we need to ask, and I know you can champion that. You need to start asking questions. Don't leave any stone unturned. The questions start from this pathologist person. Now we know his name. We need to verify the qualification and where does it work. When he went to take the specimen, how was this specimen transported from Nigeria to the lab? What is the name of the lab? What is the relationship with that lab? How come the lab said they have no charge? Where is the report, original report from the lab. The original report will highlight all those questions. I don't believe that any lab in Europe would do such a job. BJ, it is not a small work. To do it for free, for what? Do you get? Was this specimen actually rejected on arrival? Is that why they did not charge? Check it.
Oh, yeah, Mama.
Is that why they did not charge? So let's ask question. Let's ask question. Then we take it from there. Then we bring experts. I will get the experts from here that works in the lab to come and analyze the report. We will go hear it. Yes. But the original report here, there's no point arguing blindly. We want the original report. The lab here for you to say, oh, inconclusive. What do you mean by inconclusive? Just get all the specimen that was taken from Nigeria, from tissue to blood, or tissue specimen, that was the blood specimen. So we need to report individual report. We will first verify from the lab whether that report, they might not want to talk, but they can verify if that report was issued by them. Right? Then we then start analyzing the report one by one. How come they are reading or she charge when they fair understand? So because if the pathologist is a mistake, the lab then it's compromised. You can't do that. Then that man will be in trouble in Nigeria. Because if you have a stake, this is a very high profile case. If you have a stake in that business, it's between below. Stake meaning show any interest in begging, show more worry, show more no lab with any working relationship. How can you collect 16 million for a service? Then you now took the specimen to the lab and the lab did not charge, and you did not come back to say, integration for me or the lab did not charge. How come now?
They did not even tell me the lab will charge.
That's what I'm saying. And that's what I don't follow justice for Mohbad. I'm just telling you from professional opinion that okay, you collected certain money that you want to do something for something, whatever kind of business, and then you now got there. The lab did not charge that 16 million. Has it made a refund to say, okay, maybe part of 90% of the fund to back cost of doing this job is for the lab. 10%.
No, Anthony. No, share it gongon. Moti confirm dada. 16 million ni service charge it owó tí ẹ nìyẹn kò ṣe fún lab according to nǹkan tó sọ fún mi. Owó tó ń náà máa gbà nìyẹn. Even 10 million ló kọ́kọ́ fún.
Ridiculous. But they're always telling you that. So for you to just take a statement in Nigeria is 16 million.
Yes. 16 million ló gbà ma. Ó kọ́kọ́ gba 10 million.
So no, to carry out this test itself, ṣé ó break it down fún yín pé tóun bá gba mi ìfẹ́ sọ́yìn bójú. Ṣé tí wọ́n sọ pé tóun bá gba owó pé ṣé ọgbọ́n iṣẹ́ ìsìnkú méjì. I'm taking the specimen. Okay, now I want to test for diabetes, for example. I run a clinic. I've seen you. I said, okay, I need a blood test. Okay, the cost that you're paying me for that service is inclusive. I'm the clinician. I'm the one that is doing the assessment. I'm the one that's already diagnosed with that. Maybe I had diagnosed with chronic diabetes. Now I want to take your blood test. I'm taking it to the lab. But would I now say, okay, I'm charging you 16 million for my consultation? Then the lab. Where is the breakdown?
Benima, nǹkan tó sọ ń gbà yẹn ṣe ń gbọ́ mà. Ìgbà tó béèrè 60 million, wọ́n kọ́kọ́ fún ní 10 million. 60 million yẹn jẹ́ kí n ṣàlàyé owó tó jẹ́. Ó kúrò láti Ìbàdàn. Hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì tó tún lọ jẹ sí mà. Àwa la sanwó yẹn. Àwọn owó public náà lọ fi sanwó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì. Wọ́n sanwó hòtẹ́ẹ̀lì. Owó tó gbà ni pé owó pé òun máa mú specimen Mohbad. Òun máa mọ́mí ṣé kí tún já yín sí mà. Wọ́n ra, according to them, wọ́n ra package almost 2 point something million. Tó fi package tó fi post ẹ̀. Kò tún yọ́nu 60 million yẹn mà. So owó ṣe pé ó jẹ́ ṣẹ́rí. Àǹtí mi professional ló fi kó wọn lómi ọbẹ̀ jẹ́. Tẹ bá bá bọ̀dá yọ sọ̀rọ̀. Bọ̀dá yọ ní it's a professional.
Were they supposed to then pay the lab separately from that 16 million?
Ìyẹn la fẹ́ jẹ́ kó wá ṣàlàyé fún wa sí. But according to àlàyé tí bọ̀dá yọ ṣe fẹ́ mi o. Owó ṣe ní 16 million ló pè fún mi mà.
Okay. They said they told you this effect. So you cost 16 million. Now I'm asking questions. I wasn't part of this. I didn't understand but this is the question I would ask. You want to carry out this service for us, right? So you're charging 16 million. The 16 million, does this include taking the specimen and the lab testing?
No, ma'am.
If they now say no, then people need to start questioning who agreed this kind of agreement, who made this agreement with that man. Because if you told me you're taking the specimen just to take specimen sample is 16 million. BJ is questionable. You know how much that is in pounds? Do you know how much that is in dollars? So just to take a specimen.
Yeah.
Right?
Very
I'm not being insensitive here, I'm just being factual.
Yeah, please, ma'am. Go ahead.
Was there written anywhere between this man and I want to be careful that the lab will do it for free or the lab will charge extra? Because I've not heard that from everything we've been talking about things. The lab might charge extra. My belief is the way things are supposed to be done is as a pathologist, you have agreed to do this job. Whether over lab, whether over transportation, you should have given them that invoice that will cover this as a whole. Rather than saying 16 million to take a sample. What kind of sample? Tissue sample? Blood sample? Then let's ask questions. I think you need to start asking questions, and I hope you're making notes. That question is, we need to see the agreement between them and the pathologist. Because, like you said, this is public money. It's a GoFundMe. And they are accountable. They are accountable to the public that contributed the money. Nobody can say otherwise. Everybody involved, including the pathologist, including the solicitor that paid the pathologist, they are accountable. Meaning, let's show where is the invoice. Timani issue. The invoice says we're charging 60 million for this service. If it does not include the lab money, then it should have been noted. I'm a business person, I understand what I'm saying. But at the end of the day, we need also the report, not what the pathologist called, no. The original lab report will tell you on arrival the day the specimen won't receive it. They will tell you exactly what was wrong with the specimen. They will tell you exactly whether they were able to actually use that specimen or not. So that is why I said, inconclusive, I would love to see the CTC so that I will read it myself. Then we will go and bring an expert. Like I said to you, I will get an expert that would analyze that report to you from A to Z of the report. Yes, we will be online, we will analyze it, then we will see. Do you get?
Yes, ma'am.
They shouldn't use that fake of the lab did not charge money yet. That one is actually compromised. It compromised a lot of things. Why would the lab not charge money? Why? Is it because the lab, somebody paid the lab? Is it because the lab has interest in Mohbad's case? Is it because the lab has affiliate with the pathologist in Nigeria? So if it's a professional, his own license is actually at risk because people will start asking questions. Like, what kind of pathologist are you? How did you transport it? Was it DHL? Was it frozen? Was it like in ice pack? How was it transported? How long? When did you post it? Where is the evidence of the post? Which courier did you use? Is it DHL? Are they actually specialists in transporting specimens? This is Nigeria we're talking about, BJ.
And Anthony, can I quickly tell you something, ma'am? The same pathologist, ló ṣe private pathologist fún Baba Sylvester Tokunjo say the same pathologist came back to tell Sylvester's father that the result was inconclusive. Nǹkan tí bàbá yẹn ṣe lọ sí ọmọ nìyẹn. Kò come back with good results. No, the same thing ló tún ṣe fún Mohbad yìí.
I don't want to condemn that pathologist. I don't know him, but we can look into him. Once we've got the name now, we will look at what is done, we will ask questions. Like I said, professionals will talk to him. Because we will ask questions and said, okay, where was this happen? How was it transported? The courier you used, how did they do it? How have they done it? Are they specialists in transporting specimen? How was it transported and arrival to the place? Give us the name of the lab. There's no secrecy in this now. Secret in bed. We know the name of the lab. We can question the lab. Do you know that this kind of thing, it happens that, okay, at the end of the day, you don't need to accept. If you do a test somewhere and they said it's inconclusive or there's question about the report, you're entitled to seek for another place, for it to be taken to another place, for you to seek for a second opinion. It happens a lot in
And Auntie, can I quickly ask a question, ma'am? Is it possible pé specimen yẹn ti ṣe kìíní tó dàbá náà sọ pé eyín àbí gungun ló máa ń jẹ́ best?
possible. That's why I said that. It's very, very. Ṣé bí níbí kí n máa ká wá tún lo kíní ẹ̀jẹ̀ ká lè ní àdégògò lóòótọ́ níbí ogún ọdún dábàá ń wo dábàá tẹ̀ níwò ẹ̀fọ́ sórí Netflix náà kẹlẹ̀ wo crime watch kẹlẹ̀ wo oríṣiríṣi bẹ́ẹ̀ òkú tó ti lo 100 years nínú grave tó bá rí gbogbo tó bá rí ní ẹ̀ wọ́n ṣe they still do test on it. So that is what I'm saying, that there's probability that the way they handle the specimen itself, like I said, I'm not there. I am just saying in my own opinion that it might be the way they handle the specimen before they got it there. The specimen itself was already probably rejected. The way, knowing, especially with this person, open and honest with you guys. There's probability, that's what I'm saying, probability for me, that the specimen was probably rejected in that lab. That was why they did not test it. That was why probably they did not charge them. That's why they didn't pay. Because by the time to buy David, somebody reject the specimen.
Àǹtí mi máa gbàgbé pé tó bá mọ̀ pé tó bá wá padà sọ fún wa pé ó reject ẹ̀, wọ́n máa fẹ́ bèrè refund 60 million. Owó dẹ̀ ní fẹ́ kó sílẹ̀.
Ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ ronú bí ṣe ronú ni. It should be Nigeria, Lele. This is Nigeria, but that is why I say that, Shemo, I want to want a new team. You cannot. I'm not blaming anybody. Please don't get me wrong. But when you want to deal with people like that, but pathologists, vulnerability our team, Baba. If at the end of the day, you must have a doctor, you must have somebody to need knowledge to deal with this person from day one.
Exactly.
So the question would have been asked.
Àǹtí mi, iṣẹ́ lọ gbéṣẹ́ fún. Àǹtí mi wọ́n gbéṣẹ́ fún. Wọ́n wá sit back. Wọ́n ní tòwó jẹ́ professional. Wọ́n náà wò fẹ́ disturb ẹ̀. Wọ́n náà pé àwọn disturb ẹ̀. Àwọn pọ̀kì nọ́ọ̀sì sínú ẹ̀.
Okay, lawyer don't represent, but I understand. Solicitor, kí ni solicitor mọ̀ nípa medical? Ó tẹ̀ jẹ́ wípé kó jẹ́ pé solicitor yẹn kó jẹ́ pé lawyer yẹn kó jẹ́ pé medical lawyer ni. Lawyer yẹn ó máa mọ̀ nípa medical law ló máa mọ̀. Kò lè mọ̀ the nitty-gritty of the questions a professional or a doctor or someone who is in a medical profession tó máa mọ̀ láti fi béèrè. For example, I would have asked to say, okay, this is it. Ṣé tissue, ṣé blood ni? How are we going to transport it? Ṣé DHL ló fẹ́ gbé ni? Ṣé FedEx ni? Are they aware of what we put in the pack? Ṣé ní ikọ̀ kó kìíní ìsinú báàgì ó sì yẹ ó pò sí ẹ̀sì ẹni? There are certain ways you will handle such things now. Or are we actually going to fly? I would expect that pathologist to have been in the plane himself, to fly with that person. Presented it. And actually, yes, go fly. It happens a lot with that specimen. Go and preserve. Go there declare to airline that this is what I'm doing. He's saying me now, this is what he does. And then, really sad that Emo, what I suppose say your money, you're there one. So they say to in your one. But at the end of the day, if things are not done properly, this is what you will get. If things, honestly, I'm sorry to say, if things are not done properly, you will get this. And it's just a shame that, if that's one in Nigeria, that's one, a lot of anymore. That specimen can actually be only change within that table. What do they return? Don't want to change it. That's the specimen. So I have to go to the airport of plane of things. How at my exchange hand before you get there. And they lab and they reject it. I don't want to say that lab compromised, please, because in any part of Europe, I know because of their license, it's very, very difficult. It must be very difficult for that lab to compromise and to change results. It's very difficult because they know that license will go down the drain for it. Talk about Nigeria now, say yes. So two things could have happened. They would have probably received a contaminated specimen, so therefore they couldn't use it, or they received the specimen, they could not use it because one thing or the other has happened to it, or they received a total different specimen, who knows. So, but the original report of that lab is very important. If anybody wants to clamor for anything, it's to clamor for not the report, the pathologist, the what's the cause. That is not going to tell us anything. We don't want that. We want the original report. With the name, then we can verify that this lab that you issued this report, because the date will be there, the time will be there. We can verify to say, was this issued? Once they said yes, the lab report was issued by themselves, then we start analyzing it. We bring experts. This is the UK. We bring experts, everybody. You know, feel jack of all trades. You might be a doctor, but at the end of the day, you're not a pathologist. You're not the one that's going to work in the lab. We bring experts, that will analyze that report from A to Z. Then we will see. Once we're able to confirm that that report was due, to confirm that the lab within the Europe actually issued it. That is it. Then we can actually confirm, no, so the reason if they paid or not. I'm just not comfortable with the fact that one Shefa will not pay. Anything free, BJ, you have to question. When someone says to you, I'm doing a service for you free of charge, start questioning it. Why are you doing it for me? What is your interest? Why do you want to do it for me for free? You're a lab. Yes, it's high stake, it's a very high stake a case that should have been handled very professional and with care. Every bit we should have asked questions from the one about every process.
Oh, bèrè question now because mo you sọ fún wọn mo ní why tell ṣe bèrè questions wọ́n ní mi ìgò bá gba receipt gan àǹtí tó bá gbà wẹ̀ ṣá but wọ́n bèrè question wọ́n nígbà tó ti jẹ́ professional báwo làwọn ṣe máa tọ́ pinpin àwọn believe in him.
No, ẹgbẹ́sẹ̀ fún ni now.
Of course it is our money mo sọ lánàá mo pay ẹni so I have to support the investigation.
Of course. You pay someone to provide a service and you're saying you cannot ask questions. If you don't know, you are very sure there is somebody within your team that has medical knowledge now that could have handled the man, that would have been to supervise the man or that would have been to be part of it. So in your call, now one person cannot be doing anything. You want to be a lawyer, one of the doctor, one of the no, but it doesn't work. So vulnerability we have to talk about check it. So, I'm not saying that for no fraud. I'm not saying, but the man, the pathologist himself, it's very easy now. He himself, he knows that his license, but only license to be practiced now. Somebody need drug, somebody need a question that, okay, we will not share the wrong money, we will not share the wrong money. Now, certain labs, don't know in Europe, not Lushini. Certain labs, don't know in Europe, you shop not share the wrong money for me. Shop any. How can you be saying to me mental survey that they're supposed to
lọ́yà tó ń jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ ló sọ lọ́yà tó jọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ lọ́yà tó introduce ẹ̀ sí wọn ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ ó lọ́fẹ̀ẹ́ lọ ṣe and àǹtí mi ṣe rí ìyá Mohbad dẹ̀ ti sọ kí result yìí tó jáde ó ní wọn lè rí nǹkan kan she said it ìyá Mohbad said it ó ní wọn lè rí nǹkan kan.
Power could have probably changed and that's why I said to you that we need to be a very deep critical.
And àǹtí mi ṣe kí tún ṣọ́ọ̀kì sáàni wá sọ kínní kan ní last inquest ìgbà tó interview ẹ̀ ó ní tabari nífẹ̀ẹ́ justice ó ní don't look at the body of Mohbad ó ní everybody in that house ní káwọn èèyàn focus lé lórí kí ló mì nìyẹn á ti ní nǹkan tí bàbá yẹn gan náà rí.
Because you see, because that kind of lawyer, so just understand, what the more system to one on the ground in Nigeria. That is why I said to you, a lot of things could have happened to that specimen. Trust me, BJ, when I said to you, a lot. Because the specimen play a key role in the report you're going to get. The specimen called low 100 years can still be done, I'm telling you. But in the case of Nigeria, a lot could have happened. From when that specimen was taken from the origin of the specimen to the final destination. Else it will have gone through different hands before it's going to get to where it's going. So if you understand what I'm saying, then you understand that I don't want you to worry so much about it because a lot could have happened. From who is taking the specimen to who is going to transport it to how it was transported to where it's going. But I would not agree that that lab compromised. No. No. Nothing new. A lot could have happened to that specimen before. So she did the lab. Sherry lab, you keep putting the point out there. You need the name of the lab. They have to disclose it. If they don't disclose it, the original report, for the fact that public money, right? Because it's any problem, but now to manage justice for Mohbad. Everybody is fighting everybody. What for? They're not focusing on the main issue. Public money, let me shaking me. Then when public have the right to demand for the original report. Why are we getting why? What is all this about? No, now, and we are not focused. Someone that you paid to do a service, you came out, you asked people to contribute money. Everybody contributed money. We now put that money and we gave it to somebody and said, she said in forward. Then we're questioning the report. Don't you think our focus should be on this pathologist and say, where did you take it to? How did you do it? When did you do it? Where is the original report? What is the name? And we have the lines legally to do so. So, what is the point of not focusing on the main issue to get the answer that we needed? Right? Let us focus. I'm reading. Let us focus. We have to focus. And the focus is the question is there. And I hope people are taking notes.
Yeah, yes, sir.
The question is there. The main question is this pathologist will want to know the process of taking the specimen, the process of transporting it, the name of the lab, then the original report from the lab, not the report, because two reports will come out. Not my issue report for pathologists. In pathologists, our co-report is not my issue report. So report originally not a little one presenting in the court. The focus. I'm not saying we can't imagine with justice for Mohbad, but everybody, I think, at Antony ulterior motive, at Antony good motive. I'm not part of your team, but at the end of the day, I can only give my expert opinion on what I know. And when it comes to medical issues, like I said, I run a private practice here, and I do lots of private tests, and I do lots of specimen. I do lots of to lab. I deal with lots of different labs within UK itself that they're private. And I've worked in NHS, and I can tell you for free that something does not make sense when somebody just come out and say they couldn't think conclusive, they can't find what after many years. The medical person come, crime, clinical crime scene, and one got on shame banner. One did go, one bija, one your phone, one you any one you lay, one your tongue. What they're suffering. Again, they must come back and tell you. So, duration. Or maybe the preservation of where in Nigeria, maybe solo be one. Come on, go back for Mohbad. Maybe to what they are going to preserve it. They might not want to preserve it. Want to use different kind of chemical that to actually damage. But there are still things that can still be used to verify.
Of
course, no. Of course, no. Of course, that's correct. So that is not a good excuse to say that certain things now are on in theory, but at the end of the day, but imagine I go too deep into that because that will become very insensitive to the dead body. So we still have to respect all that. But focus, imagine I deviate. So those questions we need to ask.
Okay.
Can understand?
Yes.
I know you're doing your best. Once we're able to get the original report, we will come back with an expert. Like I said, expert from the UK, with myself, that will look at that and we will analyze it one by one. I have to see where report then we'll go through it, we'll tell you what is there, me. But stay focused.
Okay,
we have
ma.
to stay focused.
Okay, ma. Collectively, we all say thank you, ma. God bless you, ma. Jehovah, we honor you, ma. We appreciate your time, ma, because I know you are very busy. We appreciate you, ma. Thank you, ma. Bye-bye, ma.
All right, darling. Okay, bye.
I saw Kintoma Sorolo. I saw somebody's comment here. Charles, you have gone. Ẹni yẹn sọ pé ṣe bí mo sọ pé wọn kì í sọ kọ́kọ́ fún mi. Ipe báwo ni mo ṣe máa wá ń bọ̀ tàti mo máa sọ pé mo fọwọ́ sọ̀yà tí mo máa sọ̀rọ̀ on their behalf. Ipe dem báwo mo ṣe mọ gbogbo information yìí. Ìwọ lórí burúkú tó kọ comment yẹn wá gbọ́ ìsì ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀. Mo ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ mọ most of this information ni. I do nothing. Ìjọ Friday. Ìgbà tó sọ pé wọ́n fẹ́ ṣe autopsy tí mo bá wọn bọ̀ tàbí owó. Mo ti sọ fún yẹn mi ò kí ń tọpinpin because tí n bá tọpinpin jù náà wọ́n á ní nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ Bukky ló gbé síta wọ́n fẹ́ sọ̀rọ̀ fún mi ebi ò dẹ̀ ní kó sọ̀rọ̀ fún mi bàbá Mohbad ti wà ń bẹ̀ bàdá Muyiwa tí mo fi pé is intelligent, is educated. Ó ti wà ńbẹ̀ kí mo ti fẹ́ máa ṣe. All what I'm doing is solicit and can analyse nǹkan tó bá ṣẹlẹ̀. Ṣé màmá pè wọ́n pé ó yẹ sọ fún mi kí lẹ ti sọ. No, I don't do that. Tí nǹkan bá ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ní máa ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ wò pé báwo ló ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀. Ìmí gan discernment ni. Ìmí gan mo kàn lọ ọgbọ́n orí mi láti fi put two and two together ni. Ìwọ lórí burúkú tó ń blame mi pé èmi ń tàn gbogbo èèyàn. Ṣé ti bá ń tàn yẹn máa débi tá a dé yìí? They told me pé ẹni yìí ṣe báyìí, ẹni yìí ló ṣe báyìí. Wọ́n ò tètè sorúkọ fún mi gan. Wọ́n ò sorúkọ ẹni yẹn fún mi. Wọ́n kàn sọ pé òun ló ṣe iṣẹ́ Sylvester.
Ó ga o. Ẹ̀yin ọ̀tá
iṣẹ́ Sylvester tó lè ṣe gan. Ìgbà tí kíní yẹn ti pẹ́ jù tí mo sọ pé ẹ ṣe pé ní professional ní lọ́ní professional pé òun ló ṣiṣẹ́ Sylvester. Mo lè rántí pé Sylvester olóògbé ní lọ́sẹ̀ náà ó padà wá sọ pé inconclusive ni. Tèmi bá ti mọ gbogbo eléyìí bá ti sọ pé ẹ bá má lò mí mọ̀ and I can't question. Tí bàbá ò bá ti lè question tí bọ̀dá Muyiwa tó wà bẹ̀ ìjọ Friday mo bi bọ̀dá Muyiwa mo ní báwo lẹ ṣe máa gbéṣẹ́ fún yàn ṣé ẹ follow up ni wọ́n nígbà tó jẹ́ professional àwọn ò fẹ́ tọpinpin mo ní what the f tí gbogbo ilé ẹ̀gbọ́n tí mo wá sọ́ńtà mo ní màá gbéṣẹ́ fún lọ́ọ̀yà kan sìn mi ní tọpinpin tó bá mẹ̀sẹ̀ up ńkọ́ ẹni ìgbà tẹ́ ti gbéṣẹ́ fún ẹ relax bó ṣe relax náà ní ti sáà ń sìn èèyàn sọ pé òun ní evidence pé spending sọ̀rọ̀ fóun spending is part of the people in that house ẹni kò need ẹ̀dẹ̀ tí gbọ́ nǹkan tí sáà ní something sáà ní if we truly want justice we should not look at the body àwọn èèyàn 15 yẹn màá wá fún yín ní reason tí mo fi sọ pé èèyàn 15 yẹn important tí mo dẹ̀ gbọ́ voice yìí náà tẹ́ni yìí send voice yìí sí mi tí mo send ẹ̀ sí baba Mohbad tí baba Mohbad ń sọ fún mi pé Mohbad tẹ̀lé àbí bọ̀dá mi wá mo send voice sí baba Mohbad ìgbé kan lọ fi wọn ṣítù ìgbé ẹni yìí ó jẹ́ kán arrest mo ní gbogbo àwọn tó wà nílé yẹn ló jẹ́ kán summon mo sọ fún bọ̀dá Muyiwa náà bọ̀dá Muyiwa ní wọn kò lè máa summon everybody ẹ jẹ́ kí n play voice yẹn kẹ́ wá sọ fún mi bí a kò ní ìdìkan lọ kó gbogbo wọn nílé yẹn tó bá kó gbogbo wọn àṣírí ikú tó pa Mohbad máa yọ ẹ jẹ́ kí n play fún yín voice mo sọ pé mo fẹ́ play fún yín lánàá mo dìde send gbogbo voice sí baba Mohbad náà dá mi lóhùn so gbogbo ẹ̀yin lórí burúkú tẹ̀ sọ pé BJ ló dá kíní kan ayé yín fẹ́ bàjẹ́ ni tẹ́mi bá ti kúrò ní justice ni justice àti tán ẹgbàgbé ẹ̀ ìtorí mo mú ẹ̀pọ̀n wọn dání báyìí náà you use voice over for what voice changer kí ni mo fẹ́ lo voice changer fún mi ní di voice changer ẹ máa gbọ́ kò tí ì sọ̀rọ̀ gidi fún mi síbẹ̀ mo kàn fẹ́ kẹ́ mọ reason tí mo sọ pé gbogbo wọn tó wà nílé ní kọ́kọ́ mi ní di voice changer tó nígbà tó wá bá mi ó mọ̀ pé wọ́n fẹ́ lo jìbìtì fún mi ní ẹ jẹ́ n play fún yín ògì àti mọ́mọ́ ìjọ tí ń wù mí mú báyìí mo ń bọ̀ ẹ máa gbọ́ o na send this okay ó ti há lélẹ̀ ó ti akọ ni mo fẹ́ ara dúró ó ti akọ mo fẹ́ ó ti akọ mo fẹ́.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ wo ẹjọ́ ẹ má bínú ó jì tí èmi àti ẹ̀ tá a ti jọ plan everything ìgbà tí mo ṣàtúbà sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná ni understand kan tóun náà tó wá ń sọ because ọwọ́ ẹ̀ gangan làwọn fídíò yẹn wà gbogbo bá ṣe dénú lé lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn tó fi di pa àwọn fídíò yẹn ń jà nù yàrá tí Wùmí ṣáà ń pariwo dìde kò tí ẹ wáyé wa ń tàn yẹn gbọ̀n gbọ̀ngàn ló wà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn.
ṣẹgbọ́ ṣe rí pé Monday ni Mohbad kú ṣe rí gbogbo kiri ṣẹgbọ́ àbí abatu play ọ̀ máa sún padà ó nígbà tí kíní yẹn ṣẹlẹ̀ lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn tí Wùmí ń pariwo dìde gbogbo kiri mo sẹ́ni sí baba Mohbad ìpè tó gbé lọ fún ṣítù bàbá ò dá mi lóhùn bí wọ́n ti pé bọ̀dá Muyiwa ni o wọ́n ní kọ́ máa lọ ẹ wá sọ pé àwọn justice mo ní mo ti take a lot of things gbogbo kí ni mo sẹ́yìn sí baba Mohbad máa tún play fún yín now ẹ jẹ́ kí n sọ bọ̀bọ̀ yìí fún yín mi ìbọn bọ̀bọ̀ yìí rí ó kàn wá sínú inbox mi ni ó ní 6 mo ti gbàgbé òkè máa lọ wo message mi máa padà wá sọ fún yín ó lóun ṣe driver Mohbad kọ́ ló pera ẹ̀ ó lóun òun wà pẹ̀lú àwọn tó wà nínú ilé ńjọ́ yẹn ó lóun àtàwọn Mohbad làwọn jọ lọ sí concert àwọn dẹ̀ jọ padà ni so ó wá inbox mi ṣé ń gbọ́ mi ó wá inbox mi ni o ó láwọn ní fídíò táwọn fẹ́ fún mi mo ò dẹ̀ fẹ́ jẹ́ kí fídíò ó ní kí n fóun nọ́mbà mi private number mi gangan mo fún kò ń ṣe public number ṣé ń gbọ́ mi mo dẹ̀ fún nọ́mbà èmi dẹ̀ jẹ́ nìkan gbogbo yín mọ̀ mo ètì kí n máa record mi kì í record èèyàn mo dẹ̀ ètì kí n máa gbé fóònù sétí so mo láì kí n máa transact pẹ̀lú. màá láòdẹ̀ máa kó fún sister Comfy àtàwọn critical thinkers wọ́n á lo loudspeaker ẹ tẹ́tí èmi ò ní mi ní loudspeaker bí ṣe ń gbọ́ bọ́ ẹ tẹ́tí yín dáadáa ṣó ti yẹn mo wá fún ní nọ́mbà mi pé kó jẹ́ ká sọ̀rọ̀ lórí WhatsApp so ẹ máa gbọ́ mi ní interfere mọ́ ṣe ń gbọ́ mi ní interfere mọ́ gbogbo audio yìí ni mo send sí bàbá Mohbad mo ní bàbá iṣẹ́ yìí kọ́ lélẹ̀ ẹ lọ fún sàn gbogbo àwọn tó wà nínú ilé yẹn ló jẹ́ kọ́kọ́ gbogbo pé wọ́n pick and choose yẹn àti ìwà justice mo dẹ̀ sọ fún bọ̀dá Muyiwa náà kò kí n ṣe gbogbo èèyàn tí èèyàn bá sọ̀rọ̀ fún náà kò kí n ṣe gbogbo orúkọ tó bá dá náà nìyẹn máa kà kún tẹ́jọ́ ò bá kàn wọ́n wọn ò lè gbé wọn wá sí court that was all I got ẹ jẹ́ ká ìtọ́jú ẹ̀ mo sọ pé mọ́mí rich grace àti bàbá ní kọ́ máa ṣe ń sìn bàbá òde lè sọ pé kò sí nǹkan tó kàn wá mọ́ because pẹ̀lú Ọlọ́run àtàwa yìí la jẹ́ ká débi tá délé ni ẹ jẹ́ kí n tún play kí gbogbo yín gbọ́ mi ì ní sọ̀rọ̀ mọ́ so màá máa ṣàlàyé fún yín later ẹ jẹ́ ká lọ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ẹ lo earpiece ẹni tó bá fẹ́ gbọ́ dáadáa ẹ lo earpiece ṣe gbọ́ ẹ lo earpiece.
ẹ bá mi pa WhatsApp ẹ jọ ẹ jẹ́ ká máa gbọ́ mi ì ní sọ̀rọ̀ tó bá ti ń play.
Meanwhile, ẹ má gbàgbé pé nínú inbox tó send mi yẹn ó ti sọ fún mi bẹ́ẹ̀ pé òun fẹ́ fún mi láwọn fídíò nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ń jọ yẹn lọ́dọ̀ Mohbad nínú ilé ó ti lóun fẹ́ fún mi ní fídíò so ìtọ́jú ẹ̀ ló ṣe continue láti ibi fídíò mi báyìí because èmi ní kó jẹ́ ká lọ sórí WhatsApp ká lọ sọ̀rọ̀ ó yẹ máa gbọ́.
Mọ́mí Ṣadé Akin Shima, thank you for power tapping ìyá mi.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀jọ̀ ẹ má bínú OG tí èmi àti ẹ̀ tá ti jọ plan everything ìgbà tí mo ṣàtúbà sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná mi understand kan tóun náà tó wá ń sọ because ọwọ́ ẹ̀ gangan làwọn fídíò yẹn wà gbogbo bá ṣe dénú lé lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn tó fi dípá àwọn pípín yẹn ń jà nù yàrá tí Wúnmi ṣáà ń pariwo dìde kò tí ẹ wáyé wa ń táìmì yẹn bọ̀ gangan ló wà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn tí fídíò yẹn dẹ̀ àti ọ́díò méjèèjì ló wà lórí fóònù ẹ̀ èmi dẹ̀ ti ṣàlàyé fún pé èmi máa kúrò Naija last week yẹn o because òun ó fẹ́ move ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ lọ sí Ẹ̀gbá lọ́dọ̀ àwọn parent ẹ̀ next thing tó dẹ̀ tún bá mi sọ ní gbogbo alẹ́ àná tèmi dẹ̀ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó dẹ̀ lóun feel safe lóun gan ní láti kúrò Naija náà kóun tẹ̀ tó lè drop anything èmi dẹ̀ understand it because.
ó jí nìkan lẹ́ ń gbọ́ ṣe ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tó kù ni ẹ̀gbọ́n kan tí bàbá yìí sọ ni.
ó ní gbogbo àwọn fẹ́ sá lọ.
lálẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn táwọn dé láti show which was Monday ni Mohbad kú.
gbogbo wọn fẹ́ sá lọ.
ó ní lájẹ́ ẹjọ́ yẹn táwọn dé láti show.
ayé ò ní bá mi bẹ́ṣọ́ fún ẹ.
ó ní OG ló wà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà tó record everything. ó ní àwọn kan gbọ́ tí mo fi pariwo dìde kí ló pariwo dìde fún
mo ní sí mi ṣe ń gbọ́.
ó ní àwọn kan gbọ́ dìde òkè tẹ́ bá ń gbọ́ kí lè tẹ́ wá ń sọ pé ó dà nǹkan OG kí ló kèmí pẹ̀lú OG nǹkan tó ń sọ yẹn ní kẹ́jì mú.
OG ló rìkọ́ọ̀dù ẹ̀.
ẹ ká tún bẹ̀rẹ̀.
ẹ jẹ́ ká ẹ ti máa pariwo kọ́ máa lọ pa OG ó yẹ gbọ́ ẹ bá power tap ó yá yes give the host.
ẹ jẹ́ ká gbọ́.
ẹ jẹ́ gbọ́.
ilé ìkọ́ni mo sọ ó yẹ mo ń bọ̀.
hello ẹ káàárọ̀ ẹ̀wọ̀ ẹ̀jọ̀ ẹ má bínú OG tí èmi àti ẹ̀ tá ti jọ plan everything ìgbà tí mo ṣàtúbà sọ̀rọ̀ lálẹ́ àná mi understand kan tóun náà tó wá ń sọ because ọwọ́ ẹ̀ gangan làwọn fídíò yẹn wà gbogbo bá ṣe dénú lé lálẹ́ ọjọ́ yẹn tó fi dípá àwọn pípín yẹn ń jà nù yàrá tí Wùmí ṣáà ń pariwo dìde kò tí ẹ wáyé wa ń táìmù yẹn gbọ̀n gbogbo ló wà lẹ́nu ọ̀nà wọn tí fídíò yẹn dẹ̀ àti ọ́díò méjèèjì ló wà lórí fóònù ẹ̀ èmi dẹ̀ ti ṣàlàyé fún pé èmi máa kúrò Naija last week yẹn o because òun ó fẹ́ mú ìyàwó àtàwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ lọ sí Ẹ̀gbá lọ́dọ̀ àwọn parent ẹ̀ next thing tó dẹ̀ tún bá mi sọ ní gbogbo alẹ́ àná tèmi dẹ̀ ń bá sọ̀rọ̀ ó dẹ̀ lóun feel safe lóun gan ní láti kúrò Naija náà kóun tẹ̀ tó lè drop anything. You don't understand it because gbogbo kíní ọ̀gbìn ìṣẹ̀lẹ̀ àwọn agbóhùn lè yọjú sí corona ẹ̀ because tá bá yọjú sí corona àmọ́ plant ò ní tá bá lọ mọ ibi tí info ti leak ó rí bákan mo dẹ̀ wò pé wẹ́ bóyá tọ́lọ́mbà sábà ṣíṣá tó bá ti rí àwọn owó tó lóun ní tó bá ti kúrò Nàìjíríà èmi máa get back sí yín ẹ má bínú tó lọ lọ mistake ni pé ẹ kí n ṣe contact yín ẹ kí n jẹ́ kó nǹkan ti kúrò náà kò ti kọjá sí bíbá yìí kí n tiẹ̀ tó contact yín ẹ má bínú ẹ ṣé.
ṣé ó jí tìrìn àbí ó jí wọlé ń sùn. ó jí bàbá tó máa ń ṣe ṣóhun ni. ok so wọn náà fẹ́ travel lọ sí South Africa. ok so èlò ló máa cost ẹ tó bá fẹ́ lọ sí South Africa ẹ jẹ́ ká mọ̀ but ẹ kàn lè sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí kí n believe yín a gbọ́dọ̀ ní evidence pókè o ẹni fẹ́ lọ sí South ẹni yìí ní nǹkan tá à ń sọ lọ́wọ́ kó má dàbí ọ̀rọ̀ àwọn Dàmọ́lá tó sọ pé àwọn ní fídíò bí Mohbad ṣe kú tó wọ́n send fídíò 3 seconds. Okay. And another question ṣẹ́yìn wà ń bẹ̀ gangan nígbà tí kìnìún ṣẹlẹ̀ ní ṣẹ́yìn wà ń bẹ̀ mo mọ̀ pé ìlú má sí bẹ́ẹ̀ gbà tí Mohbad tí Wùnmí pa Mohbad sínú ilé o sínú yàrá yẹn but ṣẹ́yìn wà ń bẹ̀ ẹ wà nínú ilé ń jọ yẹn ṣẹ́yìn wà nínú ilé ẹ wà ní àwọn tó sọ pé 15 tó wà nínú ilé yẹn ṣe wà.
ẹ má bínú mo máa rewind kíní yìí ẹ má bínú o ṣe rántí fídíò kan tí mo post sórí page mi mo máa padà lọ get it from them before giving it out money. Yeah, nǹkan tó ń try láti béèrè náà nìyẹn, but àwọn boys yẹn ò padà get, I think àwọn boys yẹn ò padà get back sí BJ mọ́, but BJ fún bàbá Mohbad ní àwọn evidences kankan, but bàbá Mohbad wọn lò ó ti yé yín, wọn lò àwọn evidences yẹn ó ti yé yín. So OG àti bọ̀bọ̀kọ̀ báyìí tẹ́ bá rí bọ̀bọ̀kọ̀ báyìí mo post video yẹn gbà yẹn, video yẹn ó lọ gan, bóyá mo máa lọ fi sí top of my video or top of the kini, yeah, máa lọ fi sí tí phone mi bá ti wà available, máa lọ fi sí top yẹn, everybody máa rí video again. Bọ̀bọ̀kọ̀ báyìí tí run ẹ̀ OG gbogbo wọn wọ black báyìí, ẹ tó bá máa quick láti bọ̀ tẹ́ bá ti máa tún video yẹn post, ó wà lórí page mi gangan lórí ọ̀rọ̀ Ògolúwa, ó wà níbẹ̀. I will repost it on Facebook, but it's on TikTok. Tí wọ́n take a picture, mo wá sọ pé ta ni wọ́n fi, mo wá sọ sí ìgbà tí wọ́n kọ́ post, a lot of people mọ nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀. Mo wá second time mo wá fi síbẹ̀ again pé ta ni wọ́n try láti fún ní information yìí, because gbogbo wọn ya picture. Bọ̀bọ̀ Ade West yẹn tí ó sọ pé Mohbad Z yẹn, mo wá sọ pé kí ni bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn sọ fún àwọn OJ àti bọ̀bọ̀ tó short by dancer Mohbad yìí. Lifestyle tó ti sábà sí UK nsìn, mi mọ̀ bóyá ó ti sá kúrò ní UK. Lifestyle wa ó wá fẹ́ bá ó ń bá Lifestyle sọ̀rọ̀ later pé Lifestyle wá di pé èèyàn kan record àwọn, Lifestyle wá move, bọ̀bọ̀ yẹn wá sáré lọ bá OG, ó wá ń bá OG sọ̀rọ̀ ń tiẹ̀ lọ ní gbogbo wọn fún wa walk away ní Burial Ground yẹn. But kí ló ń porúkọ ọmọ yìí, Bíọ́lá kinní kan tó máa ń ṣe comedian yẹn, Bíọ́lá yẹn ti lọ́n tiẹ̀, because tẹ́ bá wo another video mi, Bíọ́lá àti àfà kan wà ní Burial Ground yẹn náà as well. Okay, before I replay it, let me come back on YouTube. Thank you so much. I'll be back. I'll do part 2. Yeah, let me do part 2. Is it part 2 or part 3? Because I don't want to do too long video on YouTube. They don't take it. Okay, let me come back. Then I'll continue to play it on TikTok. I'll wait for YouTube. Let's